Welcome to the internet version of the Golden Hall. We are going to start an adventure. This party, you guys have, actually, Robin Goodfellow and Scargoth Stonebrow were visiting Silver Moon. It's considered the Gem of the North. It's a beautiful, tranquil city where trees and gardens live in harmony with buildings, bridges, and sculptures that go in hand in hand. It's a very enlightened place with great libraries, temples, and shrines. There's many respected schools for magic, art, and music. It is just a hotbed of activity, and I imagine someone like Robin Goodfellow would be enticed with it. Scargoth, maybe as a bodyguard or a travel companion, went with him. Maybe at that time they came across Orlin Rotlake at a hotel of sorts. You guys tell me.
Orlin would be in Silvery Moon to conduct his research.
I'll say that Scargoth at least Scargoth has always been a very curious person about different places in the world as compared to other dwarves, and Robin Goodfellow has always been like a friend and an employer, so it would make sense for him to be traveling with Robin anywhere that he decided to go.
And Sir Robin Goodfellow has a little bit of writer's block, so I suppose he's looking for inspiration.
So
he's just going basically anywhere.
Oh, that's right. Robin Goodfellow is a writer.
He's a writer sometimes. He's a
Sometimes
storyteller.
you take a vacation to a far-off land and you find some inspiration. So I would think the three of you have come together. So if you could just give me a real quick take of who each of you are, starting with Scargoth.
Well, Scargoth Stonebrow is a dwarven blacksmith and fighter. He prides himself on being the best blacksmith in the whole world, and no one's work can be better than his. And he also, being the youngest of three brothers, was a skilled warrior. He was often used as a guinea pig to test out the family weapons and crafts. After the Orc Wars, he left home to find his own fortune out in the world, unlike most dwarves who stay home and live in mountains forever. But he has taken up residence in the city of Stonesborrow, where he runs a little forge there, and often hangs out at Robin Goodfellow's bar, the castle, and gets into all sorts of adventures and such.
So his traveling companion is Robin Goodfellow, who I imagine is this wealthy young lad. Or maybe he's an older man. I don't know. Tell me a little bit about Robin, please.
Well, so Robin Goodfellow is a storyteller by day, an adventurer by night. Oh, sometimes adventurer by day. Really just depends on the time of adventure. He is incredibly wealthy. He owns a bar called the Castle, and he runs it. And yeah, he's just always looking for adventures to write about.
Awesome. And they came across Orlin Rotlake. Orlin, tell me about yourself.
Yeah, Orlin Rotlake was apprenticed to a small town druid. He was like a page boy, and he wandered into the woods one day and didn't come out for 25 years. He's a hermit. So now he's obsessed with his research. He wanders from town to town, just getting himself into trouble, basically, because he has what he feels an important story to tell that has not been told yet.
And so that's what bound you guys together, is that Robin was fascinated with some of these stories that Orlin has and the stories that Orlin's looking into, and Robin wants to delve into it too, because Robin's in this new land that he's never experienced. Scargoth, on the other hand, he's tracing his lineage back to a great dwarven empire, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So you guys, after a wonderful time in Silvery Moon, you decide to hit the road. You travel past the ruins of Sundabar. It used to be this great dwarven city, so the War of the Silver Marshes happened, and they asked Silvery Moon for help, but Silvery Moon did not come to the call, and they let the Sunbar fall. So the whole city, when you get there, is destroyed. It's just debris. But the dwarves still live underneath it, but they've become reclusive. They don't want anything to do. They would never talk to Orlin or Robin. They would only allow dwarfs into the city. So for Skargoth is probably a pretty sad sight because this once great city has been reduced to rubble. How do you feel, Skargoth?
Well, to see such a sight like this, after only hearing tales from my grandfather about this land, it fills me with such awe because I never thought that I would ever see such places. But it also is sad to learn that they have fallen from their glory.
So, being as you guys can't visit there, you continue to travel on. Probably sharing stories and drinks and food and whatnot. And you follow the Fork Road. The Fork Road will eventually get to Sidel Adbar, which is one of the last remaining dwarven fortresses, Dulzone Empire. So the Dulzone Empire was this great dwarven realm that took up the whole north. And unfortunately, it fell. And only a few last remaining places like Mithril Hall or Mirabar or Citadel Adbar still stand. And that's where Skargoth's great-grandfather, he once lived. He was one of the Knights of the Mithril Shield. And Skargoth's kind of just tracing his family tree, or I guess as a dwarf, so it's a family tunnel back to where the roots began. But upon traveling, you're getting tired, it's getting dark, and you come across this monastery as dusk starts falling upon it.
Well, this is a dreary place. Probably as good as any other to stay at, though.
What's the rest of the area kind of
It's
look like?
kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to put a picture up here. I was taking too long, but
Oh, okay.
I know. Well, this is the first issue. There you go. To get you an idea of what this looks like, the sky is getting dusk-filled. You hear ravens flying and whatnot. It's getting dark. You can see the clouds are forming. It's probably going to be a nasty rain, and you're going to want to get out of the elements.
Okay. Well, we better take up residence there for the night. We're bound to catch our death of cold.
This church, this monastery, it doesn't seem so old. It seems like it's a fairly new structure. It's new to this area, even though there's nothing around it. It seems like they're worshiping a new god. You don't notice any of the symbols on it. You don't recognize them as any of the gods of old that you have ever seen.
So we approach the building and none of the markings look familiar?
No, none of the god symbols. So, they have like the stained glass windows and stuff of that nature. They don't seem familiar to you guys.
What time
It's
of the day?
dusk. The sun's going down. Like I said, you being a druid, you can sense that the weather's fixing to change. You know it's going to be a very nasty storm, and you want to at least get indoors. And I know how much you love hotels. There's no hotels by for you to stay at.
Well, I've never been held up in a church before, but in my experience, they can be kinder than, your average home. They might welcome people like us. I'm willing to try if you are.
New Age religions are always interesting.
They're likely to have something to eat.
I could do with a little bit something to eat, that's for sure.
Well, we better take shelter soon. It'll rain us out.
I can eat the ass out of a dead dragon right now.
I will walk up to the door and I will rap on it with my walking stick.
The door is open. You can push it open. I mean, it's unlocked. Even when you hit it with your stick, it kind of just starts to move. And you can go in, no problem.
Yeah, okay.
This
I'll kind of peek
Skargoth
inside.
out a little bit. I'm a little creeped out by it, and because I'm Robin Goodfellow's bodyguard, I will be a little bit on alert, my hand on my hammer.
Understood. So when you walk in, you see these acolytes moving around, and there's a dwarf at the front of the door as soon as you come in.
Makes me feel warm. Ah, a trasvala, I say to the dwarf.
So if you look at the picture I just uploaded, every one of those A's is an acolyte, and the T will stand for the dwarf. He comes up to you guys. Oh, thank the gods. I am Terbolt Dogston, head acolyte of the Church of St. Terragnis. and he reaches out to you guys. Both palms out. Very thankful. Looking around the church, it seems like a standard church. It's got the pews. It's got a statue of Saint Terragnis. He's just kind of in a robe. You guys seen saints like this everywhere. It's just another. It could be a New Age religion. You don't know. If you want to do a history check to see if you know anything about this religion, you can.
I'll do a history check. That's a 10.
Me
Sure.
too.
I will not.
I got a 10.
From what you gather, it's just another one of these new religions has popped up to make it's new gods versus the old gods. But you do know that it is a just god. It's not an evil deity of any sorts, okay?
Well, I'm happy to be here. What can you tell us about this place? We're just travelers who are looking for a little bit of respite.
Oh, I pray to the gods that someone would come and help us, and they have delivered you to me.
Well, I'm happy to hear. I am a God-fearing dwarf myself, though Moradin is more my forte.
Well, we all follow whatever paths before us. I am Tybalt Torgerson. I am the head acolyte of the Church of the Saint Terragnis. Unfortunately, we find ourselves in a dire strait. We have lost our father, the leader, Reginald Bard. He disappeared 3 days ago, and we were praying that someone would be sent to us to help us in our time of need, and then the three of you walked through our door.
Well, it seems that fate certainly has helped us. But you know what would help fate along even more is if you were able to fill our bellies with warm food.
Well, we also have a boon. We could give 100 gold and some healing potions. Anything. Saint Terragnis has delivered you upon us.
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm all about having health potions in our pockets.
Please, please.
What say you, Robin?
He'll motion. He clicks his voice to these acolytes. And he sends them to go get food. We'll bring you some bread and water immediately.
Oh, okay. What kind of clicks make wine?
I uploaded a picture of the acolytes so you can see what they look like. They're just in white robes. They're very gentile people, but they're humanoid in nature. I'm sorry, they're human, period. There might be some else amongst it. You guys make it up. But he's the only dwarf in there. That's the wine click. We'll bring some of the father's wine. You could have inspiration for that one, Trent.
I always love wine.
Well met, Tybalt. Thank you for the feast.
Yes, but I must implore. The father has been gone for 3 days, and let me tell you, recently, Father Bard discovered a series of ancient catacombs beneath the church, and
oh, catacombs.
Yes.
Now that's something that I've had some experience.
You have.
with.
Oh,
Hi.
Yes. Oh, yes. Catacombs, you say? Well, why didn't you say that to begin with?
I'm sorry. Forgive me, Father said Saint Terragnis.
No, certainly forgiveness is fine, but let me ask you: is your catacomb kept dry, or is it moist?
I cannot tell you because Father Bard warned me never to go down the well.
Oh, then we must go down. We must.
Well, he said if I went, that it would inspire the other acolytes, the younger acolytes, to do as such, and then it would become quite a mess. Father also feared there was traps in the catacombs, and he didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Well, the messier the better. Then we must go at once. We came here seeking respite on our travels, but clearly there is work to be done.
I agree, Orlin. We actually could not agree more. I love catacombs and traps and all sorts of things. We dwarves dwell in realms.
So one of the acolytes comes up to you, and he's bringing big chunks of bread on a platter, and he has bottles of wine, to pour into glasses for you guys. I did not ask you beforehand, but if you guys could type in what your perception is, your passive perception is, I'd appreciate it. So anyway, while you're doing that, the church is very high. It's got arched ceilings. Like I said, the windows are illuminated with stained glass. The haze, kind of the dusk is flying through there. There is a total of 8 young acolytes that you saw around there, okay?
Mhm.
All right, so we got 16 passive perception from Rot Lake. We got 14 from Stonesborrow. And we got 13 from Goodfellow. He's enjoying the wine very much so. So,
I'm dipping the bread in it, and I'm enjoying it.
so, you guys are getting your glass of wine, and Orlin, you can hear this. There's a door crashing very far off. You can kind of hear just this muffled crash in the distance.
Where does it seem to be coming
If you look at the
from?
map, you guys are right around T, which is the dwarf. It's coming from the northern western portion, from that behind that door back there. It's not in the main hall, but over in that other set of rooms.
Oh, it sounds like there's a commotion somewhere in your abbey, acolyte. I heard a noise coming from the back of the church.
Oh, you did? And just as you said that...
Yes, it's...
Oh, go ahead.
It sounded like a loud disturbance.
Just as you say that, the door busts open, and you see these ghasts and these ghouls pop through the door. They just come rushing through the door in a mad race. So we're going to roll for initiative.
Moradin's beard!
And you just wanted us to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Remotely
And
here, right?
you guys could do that.
Get
So
behind
just hit
me.
roll 20, right?
Sure. If you want.
Oh!
Mr. Goodfellow, get behind me!
A 9.
So you guys can always revert back to that map. They're coming through that door. So I put up a picture of a ghast and a ghoul.
Cool.
So I'm going to roll for the gas first.
Womp womp. Womp womp.
Alright.
There we go.
So he got a 15.
Wow, this music
I
is
know.
intense.
Sorry.
I can't hit it.
Look at that. What are the odds?
Get
They
to
both
the music.
rolled 15s. So Orlin got a 17. Looking for yours, Chad. Oh, you got a 10. Okay.
10.
I had 9.
Yeah, I got you. So, Chris, you get to start first.
How many guys?
All right.
How many dudes?
So, looking at it, you just a rough estimate. You see 4 ghasts and 6 ghouls. Now, the ghasts are going. If you look at that map, the ghasts are running right at the back pillar where those 4 acolytes are. They're going for those people, while the ghouls are coming towards you guys.
Okay.
So it appears to you, and Scargoth, who's been in a lot of battles, that the ghasts are using the ghouls as an infantry to protect them from whatever they're trying to do.
Okay. Then I'm going to target a ghast with chill touch.
Okay.
So Orlin's going to seize now I see what that commotion was, and sort of extends his staff out towards the ghast, and Chill Touch is a ranged spell attack.
All right.
So, roll 13 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright, and it does a d8 damage. And because he's undead, it's 2 damage. And because he's undead, he's got disadvantage against attack rolls on me until the end of my next turn.
Disadvantage, okay. Write that down. Disadvantage. You know, all this.
And so this spectral hand kind of appears on the gasp and grabs him on the arm and sort of holds on to him.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, if you guys could describe what happens, that would be super cool. Spectral hand just comes out and grabs him.
It's sort of, it does necrotic damage, so it sort of like rots some more of the rotting ectoplasm away.
All right.
That's some Ghostbusters.
So, we're going to say you guys are all around the doorway just for shits and giggles. The ghasts are not going to attack you guys this round. They're grabbing the alkalites. They're grabbing them and they're biting. They're grabbing them and clawing them. And you notice when they claw them that the acolytes become paralyzed in their hands. So for their action, they're attacking and they're paralyzing these poor priests.
Can
Good. They're just eating the priests.
Can I make a history check to see if maybe Skargoth has encountered ghouls?
Sure. I mean, Trenton, you've DM'd for him all this time. Has he ever fought a ghast?
I don't think so.
I rolled 11.
You know they're undead, but they're smarter than normal undead. They still retain some of their knowledge.
Right. These are not your ordinary zombies. Everyone, on me, in the formation of a flying V. We shan't be taken.
Yeah.
To try and...
A flying V, my favorite formation.
So,
yeah. Ducks.
would you say all three of you guys are huddled together?
I would say that yes, we're going to try and...
I'm standing behind the big guy.
Well then,
Who's only a foot tall. And we're still only 5 feet tall. 4 feet tall. Actually, Orland is the tallest of all of us.
A towering 5 foot man.
we're gonna try this out, Chris. So that first gash is the one that you hit with disadvantage. So I'm gonna roll 2 d20s, and we're gonna see which one ever is lower. Okay. So 14.
Okay.
Does 14 hit? Yes.
Hit me?
All right. So that he misses. A second one's going to come up to you, Chris. They're all charging you. They're being used as pawns. And we're going to do. It's a 12. That's not going to hit. Third one's going to come up to you, Chris. Seven. So 3 of them came after Chris. And how did you divert their attention? How did you get away from them?
Oh, so as they were sort of attacking me, I just sort of, I've got like a piece of wood that's sort of just covered in filth, and it's strapped to my arm with like rotten tatters of vine and cloth and leather, and I just, that's my shield, and I just sort of hunker behind it and just absorb the strengths of their arms and bat them away.
Awesome. So the other 3 they're under this command almost, because you guys noticed that they have these green glowing eyes. You've never, unless you've experienced fighting a ghoul, you've never seen this kind of burning green embers in their eyes. The other 3 are going right after the strongest combatant that they can see, which would be you, Chad, okay? So I'm going to roll on you.
Obviously, there's evil magic afoot.
First one rolls a 10, Chad.
No. My AC.
You know, kind of an idiot, but that's fine. It's all new to me, right?
Is that
do this.
Second
Yeah,
one.
I'm doing the
You're
second one.
second
Yeah,
right?
second one's coming after you.
Okay.
There you go. It's a 9. I've not been adding the pluses. I apologize, but hey, that's how we learn, right? I'm guessing a 9 doesn't hit.
There you go. Nope.
Second one's attacking. Okay. You gotta hit that, Michael. Critical hit.
Okay, so blocking these two fellows, their shields are coming off, and we've got the third one man to flank me a little bit and come in for the.
Yes, so he's using he's clawing at you is what he's doing. It's gonna be whoa. 2d6s, 2d6 plus 2. Oh, 2d4, I'm sorry, 2d4 plus 2. There we go. So you're going to take... Oh, well, we got to double that, so make it 6, Chad, okay? I mean 12.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a critical hit.
Let me ask you: is that within? Are they within 10 feet?
Yes, I would say they're coming up for melee attacks.
I'm going to use my reaction
Okay.
to throw a halo of necrotic spores at them for 1d4
Okay.
damage.
So what... I'd say you... Well, they're coming around in a gaggle, so you'd probably hit all 4 of them. So it does 1d4 to all 4?
Let's see. I think it's just one target. Let's see. One creature. So just whichever one comes in first.
All right.
It's got to do a Constitution saving throw or take 1d4 damage. DC 14.
It's critical fail.
All right.
All right, 3
damage.
damage. So I got my whiteboard here and I'm removing stuff from it. I'm going to think of a perfect system how to run this. So Chad, there was one more ghoul that's going to attack you, okay?
Okay.
15 plus 2 should be a 17.
That
Okay,
will miss.
so he doesn't hit. That concludes their turns. I swear to you, the next round will be smoother. I promise.
This way.
Okay.
So you're up, Chad.
Okay. Now there's already one who's taking some damage. Who's still
Give me a little bit louder. I can barely hear you, Chad.
There's still someone. Who's
Oh, yes.
right? Who's taking
Yes,
damage.
all 6 of the ghouls are still there.
There's
You can
6
click on Chad's icon and turn.
All right. Do that.
One of them is taking damage already. Though.
Yes, the one next to... So, there's one next to Chris, and one of the 3 that came to attack you got hit with Chris's halo, Orland's halo. So he's... If you want to target him, I'll make sure I take him next, okay? Okay.
That's what I want to do. I'm going to go after that fellow. I'm going to act like I'm going to take my shield, and I act like I'm going to hit him. And so when he goes to block that, I come around with my hammer for a feinting attack, which is a tactic that Skargoth
All right.
uses. And that is going to be 16 to
will hit.
Okay. He is going to roll. That's going to be 17 damage.
How do you want to do that?
So Skargoth is a little perturbed that he got flanked, so he just turns around and he clobbers one of these motherfuckers with his warhammer. It comes across his jaw and knocks the bottom half of his face off, and it kind of like looks down and notices that its own jaw is gone. Puts its hands on its head like Macaulay Culkin. Whoopsie!
Yeah. So he's down. He crumbles to the ground. We still got 5 ghouls left. Are you done with your turn?
I hate motherfucking undead enemies like this. They smell foul. Take care, Mr. Goodfellow. Stay behind me.
Well, if you have nothing else to do, it is Goodfellow's turn.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right. Well, since it's Goodfellow's turn, he is going to cast Firebolt. Just at the nearest ghoul. And it doesn't hit.
It slides away. It hits the back of the church
so,
and erupts
yeah.
in a flame, lighting up the whole room.
He tries to conjure up a firebolt, but he's not very good at magic. He's kind of just learned it for party tricks, so it peters out, and he decides to draw his rapier.
That was an excellent
That's the end
shot,
of my
Mr. Goodfellow, Scargoth says.
It's always impressive. Always kills.
He's trying to, obviously trying to like make Mr. Goodfellow feel better about this shot.
I'll have to test out this rapier you made for me.
It's the finest in all the land. Draw it. I guarantee it'll make blood happen.
So, with that, it's back to Orland's turn. You have
So Orland is.
you have 3. Let me picture. You got about 3 ghouls surrounding you. One of them is very bloody that you have been hitting already. The 2 are pretty fresh, and there's the other 2 are kind of on Scargoth.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to just kind of raise my shield up, and I'm going to pull a club from my belt that's just as filthy and burnt looking. And then I am going to use a bonus action to cast Shillelagh. And then it's going to sort of start to glow with like a pulsing, putrid green energy. And then I'm going to smack at the wounded one in front of me. So it's going to be 13 to hit. And 1d8 plus 4 damage is 8
damage. He is pretty, he's pretty beat up.
Scargoth witnesses, and he says, "By my beard, Orland, you've got rock dust in your blood, just like a fellow dwarf. Hit him again, laddie!"
Can you hit him again?
Nope. But I will endeavor. Nope.
Listen, man, I'm rolling.
No, it's just hilarious, man. I went
with my voice.
I wanted to ask, that's all.
Are you
I
mechanically
smashed
able
it
to
to
make
use
that
it
happen?
fits.
I just wanted to ask. So now it's the gas turn. So they have bit these acolytes who put up no fight, and they're paralyzed. And normally gas would start feasting on them, but these gas pick them up over their shoulders and start to run them back the way they came. Now the ghouls are going to go. The first ghoul is going to go ahead, and I got 3 ghouls around you, Chris. Okay. So I'm going to roll 3d. Well, I'm going to roll 4d20 because doesn't the one still have disadvantage against you, or is it just 1 round?
It's to the end of my just last turn, so it no longer has this.
So roll 3 d20s, and we'll see how many hit. That didn't work. Well, I rolled 11, a 7, and a 17. So it's 11 plus 2, which would be 13. Does that hit? All right.
No.
So we know 7 will hit. So 17, 19 should hit. Okay.
That does. Yep.
And we're gonna roll. So he's gonna do 10 slashing damage at you with his claws.
Okay.
Now, the thing is this.
I'm gonna use my reaction real quick because he started his turn within 10 feet of me to do the same thing. I'm gonna puff when he hits me. It's going to puff out and release some spores at him again for D4 necrotic damage. He's got to do a Constitution save, DC
15, okay.
14.
He rolled 11. His con is +0, so he failed.
All right, and it's going to be 1 damage.
Okay. Now the other 2 are going to attack you, Chad. So I'm just going to roll 2 d20s, okay?
Okay.
I rolled a 21 and a 4, so I'm imagining a 21 probably hit.
The 21 does.
All right, so he's clawing at you. It's going to be... It's going to be 9 points slashing damage. But you notice that you feel this poison coming into your veins. I need you to do me a Constitution saving throw.
Against what?
Yeah. It's there's something in his claws that.
But is it?
No, it's
poisonous
a
damage?
paralyzing damage.
Oh, okay. I'm only asking because dwarves have
Yeah, I
advantage
thought
on
about it
saving
after you were
throws
saying it.
versus
I
poison.
apologize. Yeah, it's paralyzed, and I was just reading over this stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's a paralyzing agent
Okay.
in their claws.
What kind of save?
I
is
need
it?
Constitution, yes. 14 passes. So you are now immune to that poison for 24 hours. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And that concludes their turn. And it would now be your turn, Skargoth.
All right. So how many more?
Okay, there's 5. There's 5
3
ghouls, and you see 4 gas leaving the vicinity.
The gas, we're probably not going to be able to make it to. So I mean, we need to take care
Yeah.
of this.
They're at the far side of the church.
Is there one that's more damaged than others?
Well, the one that's closest to Chris is the most bloodied right now. Chris is kind of surrounded by like 3 of them. 3 of them are on top of Orland, while 2 of them are right by you.
I want to try and save my friends. Things that way. Would I have to move?
Yes,
away
I
from
believe.
you
Yes,
for me
I
to
believe
save
you
my
would have
friends?
to get away from those 2.
Okay.
They're right up on you. They're
I will
clawing
stay
at
with
you.
the-
Think of like Walking Dead. They're somehow they spawn right in the
I will
fucking
stay,
front of you. You know that bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay with the ones that are on me then. If I can't save my friends without.
And they've been
Something.
also remember with that
I will,
green, that little green tint in their eyes. They've been keyed in on trying to attack what they would consider the strongest threat. And right now, you and Orland,
Right.
Orland's, Robin is probably a tough guy, but they look at him as a lesser threat.
Not really.
Okay, never mind.
I am going to. I'm going to use my bonus action to shove them
Okay.
to the ground. My shield. Skargoth just reaches back, and he goes, "Rah!" And he fucking swings his left arm with his shield to try and bring one to the ground with a. You will have to contest this with athletics, but it is a 22 that you will.
As you can see, his athletics, he's going to get maybe at best a +2 on that, so he's 6. He's going to fail.
Okay. So he
Alright,
is
so
prone.
he's prone.
I've brought him to the ground.
Okay.
Okay. My second, or my action then, bonus action, is I am going to strike him, but as I do so, I'm going to yell with the fury of the dwarves, and hopefully Moradin comes through my voice. 18 to hit.
What was that?
18
Oh, that
plus
hits,
6
of
to
course.
hit, what I have done is I'm using a battle called Frightened. Goading attack, I think is what it's called. But I have 17 damage
17 damage, okay.
on the ghoul, and he has to make a wisdom saving throw. Which is
Whoa.
going to be
He has got no bonus on his wisdom, but he rolled a 17.
okay. That's probably gonna.
But you know these creatures are smarter than zombies, so it's not unexpected to Skargoth that they were able to withstand that.
Okay, very good. That is the end of my turn.
This amazing thing clicks in your head, Orlin. Something that you realize I believe you got hit by one of the ghouls, but you didn't even.
Yes.
Like, there was the paralysis in them did not affect you. It's fascinating to your character, probably. You'll probably chalk it up to the fact that you have dwarven blood. Oh, you're half dwarf, right? Half elf. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have elven blood. That's what I meant.
Okay.
But that's another story for another time. So it is now your turn, Trenton.
Okay.
So in front of you, Trenton, you have a prone ghoul. There's one standing right in front of Skargoth. There's three standing around Orlin. One of them is, I mean, he is barely clinging to life.
All right. Well, I'm going to go for the prone one.
So, go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to take my rapier. I've already drawn it, and I'll have advantage on the roll, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh. Is
Natural
that
20? No. No, that's a total. Okay, so it's a 4. 14.
14 does hit.
14 plus a lot to hit. Okay. Then I'm going to roll a d8 plus.
$10 points slashing damage. How does that look?
It's piercing damage, but I'm also going to add
yeah, but that was enough to kill it to 10. So how's it look?
Okay. So given that it is down and therefore a very easy target for Robin Goodfellow, who is not a swordmaster by trade, he just walks up and very slowly drives it into its head, and he goes, "I got one!" to Skargoth.
It's gotta make him feel great.
And Skargoth says, "I told you, Mr. Goodfellow, that sword is guaranteed to kill you."
You're lucky I was here.
Of course I was.
I would almost had you.
Yes,
I was
well
really
done.
overwhelmed.
Don't lose too much of them now. We must preserve some.
That will be the end of my turn.
How do you mean, Elf?
Yes, well, just make sure there's enough to take with us.
Speaking of Orlin, it's Orlin's turn.
Orlin is going to. So that finished off the one that had wounded, or the one that.
There's still three surrounding you. There's still three surrounding you, and one is very, very wounded around you.
All right. Yeah. So I will.
I have this little whiteboard where I have y'all's I put little names where you guys are, and you're surrounded by three, and just barely off. I mean, it's almost like a football line, like an offensive line. You're like right now. You're a left tackle, Chris, and Chad's a right tackle. Yeah. So you can kind of gather how those linebackers are coming at you, but you guys are next to each other, but you're not.
Do you understand that, Mr. Good?
Yeah, absolutely.
He understands. He just killed something.
Yeah, so I'm going to just keep my shield up kind of by my head and continue flashing my green. And that's going to be a... Oh, that's...
All right, I got this.
Huzzah!
So that's double damage
sir.
here, right? Here we go. Oh my god, that's max damage on the first roll. 8, 6, 14, that's 18
I'm going to say for... Just because, fuck it, we're having a good time. You did not attack the one that's wounded, and you killed one of the other ones, okay? Alright, so you were just swinging, and you killed one with a full attack. How's it look?
I just sort of look at myself, well, the first one was okay, but let's try again! And I heave my back into it. And I missed the guy I was aiming for, but I smash right...
Oh, yeah. He drops down because he's wounded, and you just hit the next one, and he just fucking shatters, yeah. That's great. There's no way I'm gonna let you do max damage on a guy who only has a couple hit points. Okay.
Okay, alright, sounds good. In the meanwhile, I will use my reaction to the Halo Spores on the guy that is injured again before he starts his next turn. So if you want that Constitution save, there you go.
You want me to do it on the
So-
weakened one or the fully strength one?
The weakened one, yeah, it's DC 14 again.
Oh, look at that.
No, that's
Yeah.
not good, so, okay.
19.
Yeah.
So now it is going to be... So at this point, I'll say the Ghast have collected the Acolytes, and they've made their way so where you cannot see them anymore. They've retreated out of the room. So all you're left with is 3 ghouls. One of which is very wounded, right in front of Chris. A second one's right on top of Chris, and the third one is faces Skargoth swinging at him. So the 2 are going to go ahead and attack at Orlean Rotlake, aka Chris, who I should just start calling Orlean Rotlake.
Right.
So I rolled a 15 and 16 plus 2, so it's 17 and 19. All right.
They both hit. Yep.
First one's going to do 3 points damage.
Okay.
And the second one's going to do 5 points damage. This is clawing damage. Again, you're not paralyzed due to your elven blood, so it doesn't affect you for a Constitution check. You're immune to it.
Yeah, but I'm super bloody though. They just kind of scratched at me, all bloodied around my arm.
This is fascinating. He probably loves that shit. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is great.
Yep. I'm licking the blood off. Getting a little of the dirt from my shield in my mouth.
Huh. Well, it is now your turn, Skargoth.
Well, I of course will face the
Yeah.
in front of me here. I'm going to try and shove him to the ground with my shield, using my bonus action. You're going to have to contest me against a 22.
Well, he rolled an 18 plus 1 on his strength, so he's 19, so he's going to fail.
He's going to be to the ground, so my attack's going to have advantage against him. I will, this time, he's full health, right?
He hasn't taken no damage.
And actually, since he's prone, I'm not going to do this. I'm just go ahead and smack him. The attack is going to be 17 plus 6 to hit, so that's well over 20. Let's go ahead and once again he summons up the fury of the dwarves and he yells in its face. Roar! Makes it so well on top of the attack damage, which is 14.
Yep.
So 18.
You said 18 points damage?
No, did you roll 18?
That was his strength check, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now you gotta make a wisdom saving.
I thought he took, I thought you just said he took 14 points damage. Okay.
He does, but now he has to make a wisdom saving throw as well. This is a battle maneuver
Please explain it to me.
So what Skargoth is doing is he's screaming in this thing's face to try and interfere into it.
Alright, so he's rolling a wisdom check. He has plus nothing on the wisdom, so it's a flat 9.
Okay, so he is not only prone, he is also frightened of me.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it. And you can move on to the next person. I will look frightened.
It's up.
Oh, there you go.
So you're up,
You
Trent.
did it.
All right. So what Robin Goodfellow is doing while he's screaming is covering his
extremely,
ears.
he
because it's
sees
very
that
loud.
the ghoul in front of him is starting to kind of scream too and try to pull away from Skargoth.
Right. Right. So Robin Goodfellow, being the narcissist that he is going to assume that this ghoul is very obviously afraid of him because he's just killed one of the other ghouls. And he is going to go, that's right, and stab at him with his rapier.
You got advantage.
And it's 16, so it'll be
Is that with
22 to hit.
advantage?
Oh, with
Yeah,
advantage?
that
No.
16 does hit, but you might as well see if you can get a natural. All right, so we'll take
It
the
was
16.
not
Yeah,
natural.
that hits.
All right, and then it's advantage, so I'm gonna have sneak attack as well. So hold on, let me type in my
I'm within 5 feet anyway, so yeah, you got it.
right.
How do you want that to look? You're killing him. How do you want it to look?
Okay, cool. Well, let me think here. As Skargoth yells in this thing's face, and it seems very frightened of this, it's going to open its mouth in fear, and Robin Goodfellow is just going to shove his rapier up into its mouth and go, "Got another one for you."
So, so Robin looks like this badass.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Goodfellow.
Robin's looking like this badass motherfucker. Just slice it through, guys.
It's very effortless for him. "This is easy," he says.
Oh, that's great. Well, you got anything else, or do you want to move away or anything like that?
That is going to be. He is just going to flourish his rapier to get the blood off of it, and just stand back and just go, "You hardly need me for this."
You know, this whole
You are the greatest warrior I have ever seen.
just so you guys know, Tybalt is not a fighter. He's just a priest. He's an acolyte. He's a head acolyte. He's kind of in the corner, cowering in fear. Okay. It is now your turn, Orlin Rotlake.
So I'm going to use my reaction first at the top of the order here and try and get him again. So if you want to bet D16. On the wounded.
Oh yeah,
guy.
absolutely, man. At this point, if you hit high, I'd let you go against a strong one. If it's enough to take the wounded, I'd go with that.
Oh, I don't. You got to roll the 20.
Well, I have to roll, okay.
It's just a Constitution. Yeah, it's a Constitution save.
Against the wounded guy.
Yep.
Oh man, look at that. He has a -2 on Constitution, so he's a 0.
Okay. And so it's 4 damage.
Hey, how do you want that to look, man? That's gonna kill him.
Okay, so he's just kind of as they're sort of menacing me, I just sort of look at him in the eye, cock my head to the left, and I poof spores out of my body in all directions like a big pen cloud, and he just inhales them and
That's
falls.
great.
I like the description.
You can get inspiration for that one.
All right, and then I'll bash the guy behind him with the club. That's a
That hits.
14 to hit, and it's D8 plus 4 is 12 damage. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's good. He's bloodied. He's bloodied.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is now his turn, so he's going to go ahead and just retaliate by attacking you.
Yep.
It's going to be a 10. All right,
No,
so
not
then it
hit.
is now your turn,
I fend it
Skargoth.
off with my shield.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's a.
He was
I'm
gonna.
sorry?
He's telling me how he defended it. I don't want to interrupt that. I apologize.
No, I just said I fended off.
This whole internet thing's new to me. I'm not a youngin.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all,
All right,
it's all
Skargoth, you
good.
saw him take out the one with these fucking spores. Holy shit! This coronavirus is real.
Exactly.
I'll attack the bloodied one. I'll attack the bloodied one. It's gonna be
All right,
20 to hit.
get up to that microphone, motherfucker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm leaning
Yeah.
over as far as I can.
Yeah, no,
Can you hear me now?
I will remind you.
All right.
Keep going, man.
All right, and that's gonna be 11.
Oh,
damage.
wait, did you hit?
Yeah, well, I rolled.
All right, I probably didn't hear that.
20
So
to hit.
11 damage. How do you want it to look?
So I come up to assist the druid, and I smack him on top of the head with my hammer, and his head splats everywhere. And as he falls over, I go crunch, now, which is which is dwarven for a good night.
You can get inspiration for that.
I'm gonna immediately start scooping up whether these ghouls or ghast. I can't remember which.
Well,
I'm gonna start
these are the
scooping up
ghouls.
guts
The
and
ghouls are
ectoplasm.
lesser creatures.
These are
They're almost a little
Yeah.
step above zombies, but they still have a little bit of their mental capacity that they could take orders. The ghast are a lot stronger. I don't know what you guys know about it. That depends on your roles. But they definitely had a purpose coming into this citadel, this monastery, and they collected those people and they left.
So Skargoth noticed that Orlin wanted to save some of them. He kneels over one of the ghouls and pulls out a little handle. It looks like a knife handle. And he says, "Hey, Orlin, check this out.
Oh,
My apprentice came up with this. He's quite the tinkerer, Percival of the Clan Paxton." And I press a button on this little handle, and a little blade shoots out. It's a switchblade. And I cut one of the ears off of the, and I hand it to Orlin and go, "There you go. Add that to your little collection."
oh, grateful. Yes, thank you so much. You would be amazed what goes on inside just an ear. And he kind of holds like he's looking it up, like he's holding it up to the light, all the extra light. He's like, "See right here," and he kind of traces the inside. The strangest sorts of things grow along the ear. Yes, I will put this in my pocket, and he does.
Put this in your pocket too, and he gives him the switchblade to keep.
Oh, wow, so good. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
He shows them how to close it and everything, and and describes the knife to him and how the tinkering mechanism.
You are a charming fellow.
Yes, I pride myself on crafty new designs for weapons and such.
Orlin, you can't help but notice the gleaming green eyes of these ghouls. Just they keep sparkling at you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, can I kind of like take a closer look, do like some sort of check to see what information they seem unusual?
Hell yeah.
Like, what I can
Why
find
don't
out
you do
about it? Yeah.
how do you want to proceed with this? Do you want to try to pull it out? Do you want to just investigate it? How do you want to do it?
I'm gonna do. Can we do? Gosh, I don't know. An insight check, sort of.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. That's a 12.
Well, it's kind of like a green flame that's just burning in their eyes. It's
green flame. Sorry.
Green. Sorry, I'm late.
Sorry. I
hey, you can have inspiration, Chad.
I already did it.
Did you? All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just kind of a burning, pulsating green flame in their eyes that you're looking at. You almost feel yourself the urge to try to pluck it.
Well, then I will. Yeah, I am a guy. My urge.
All right. So you pull it out, and when you pull it out, the glow fades after it's in your hands, but it's almost like a gem. It's like an emerald in your hand.
There's something unusual. These creatures have jewels for eyes.
Now, Red, I am proficient in jewelry cutting. Can I examine the eye to tell the magical properties of this jewel? And the Xanathar's book, there might be something that can help us with this. I have to grab Xanathar's book somewhere.
Well, let's not do that. Let's just you take a look at it, and it has transformed into like an emerald. It has hardened into an emerald, the eyeball. And you could tell just by the weight and the cut of it, it's about worth 10 gold pieces.
I'm going to pluck his other
And then
eye.
you have 20 gold pieces worth of emeralds.
Okay.
And if you were to get all the eyeballs...
these are very valuable. This is a pure emerald.
Yes, this could fund my research.
Aye, it could. You can stay in all the fancy hotels with these.
I'll pluck 2 more eyeballs for...
I will assist him. I'll help.
Yeah, they seem like it's how can I explain this? It's like shards have been implanted into their eyes in a way, but has turned their eyes into emeralds. You've never seen anything like this. Something magical, something beyond your understanding has changed these ghouls from natural ghouls into these. We'll have to investigate further to figure it out. I guess I should become Tybalt. Why are their eyes green?
I turn to Robin and I say, Sir Goodfellow, have you ever seen anything so bizarre in all your travels?
I've never seen anything quite like it. These ghouls are positively ghastly.
Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. That struck me funny. Well, this is certainly beyond my expertise. We better find out what happened to your friends.
Yes, they've taken 4 of my acolytes.
What is
Lead
below?
the
What
way.
is
We'll try
below?
to rescue them. Is there time for us to rest?
I doubt it. I mean, they took 4 of my men.
Yeah. Let's run. Let's run. I need a short rest though, but we'll take it later.
What is below?
Like I told you, Father Bird said I could not go beneath it, but he found these ancient ruins.
Yes, that's right. You were not permitted.
I was not permitted to go, so I don't know.
Do you know why not?
Well, the father said that I would set a bad example for the other acolytes, that they would want to copy and be foolish enough to go down there, and it could be full of traps and dangers that we don't know. I fear that those traps and dangers have captured Father Bird.
Sir,
yes, you have met your danger. I think it's time now to go underneath.
I can't. I'm no fighter. I'm a holy man.
And we will go.
I will say to, are you feeling all right? You took quite a beating there.
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to cast the Cure Wound myself.
So you're healing, your health.
Yeah.
Is there a way that we can maybe gather our breath and make a plan for going into there? Maybe take an hour to rest my bones for just a moment.
I believe they would rend him limb from limb if we waited.
Well,
very well.
I also promised you men that I would give you potions of healing.
It's true. How many have you got?
I have, let's see here.
We'll need them all.
Oh, I love those. They're delicious. I have them every once in a while.
I have 4 potions of greater healing. 4 potions of greater healing. That's all we have.
Oh, what are the cheaper ones?
Well, I mean, you're level 4 characters. You shouldn't need that many HP, right?
I was just trying to, as a short rest, I get all my.
But my men, they've been
spend it.
The followers. They've been kidnapped.
Well, if he's only got 4, you each take 2, and I'll take care of myself. I may not be able to get to you in a battle with creatures from the nether realms.
I'm fine. You all take.
I'll take all of them if you want.
Then I'll take 2 of them, and I'll take 2 and drink them now.
Well, you drink 1 and see how it does, because it's 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah, that's
take a look at the
screen. Thirsty.
I put it up there.
You know, I
Did you see me upgrade it from a regular
drink one
potion
now.
to a greater one, and then I got shit from Robin Goodfellow because I'm going cheap?
I know.
Welcome to the ghetto, Robin. You're not in Stonesborrow anymore.
All right, I'll take
right.
2 and drink 1.
Let's see what you get.
So let's see, it's 1,
4d4 plus 4.
6, 8, 12 healing points.
You rolled 8 points plus 4? Oh, all right.
Yep.
Drink 2 then.
That's
Yeah, I guess
average.
so. Have 2 then, motherfucker.
I'll drink 1. Do you want 1, Robin, or are you full health?
I'm feeling great, but I'll have 1 if you want.
I'll have 1. You have 1.
Puss, please, go find my poor acolytes. They're probably being feasted upon as we speak. We can't wait, or you can't wait.
Okay. Hold on, I'm sorry. I was just taking some notes here. I put down, defended Tybalt the coward. This is going to make a great story later.
Well, I suppose
I'm
we should
cleaning
just...
brains.
Which way
I'm
do we
cleaning
go
brains
once we
on-
get through the door?
Well, I mean, there's our... Let's get that goddamn screen up, Michael. So when you go in, there's a storage room and a bedroom, but there's stairs that lead down to the well.
All right, then we'll take the stairs.
Yes,
then?
if you go in the room, the door that's been busted shut will be the bedroom the father used to use. Off to the right is a storage room, but to the left will be the stairs that lead to the cellar.
Have you got any experience in dealing with the undead?
No, I will
man?
pray for you. That should work.
What about holy vestments of
I
holy
can
water?
give you water blessed by Saint Terragnis.
Saint Terragin again. What?
I thought
what
it
is
was
your-
Saint
Sounds good to
Terragnis.
me. Terragnis.
What is the patron? What is the patron saint of again?
Saint Terragnis.
Hmm.
Is this the dwarf acolyte?
Yes, it's whatever the DM can read because he's got a very bad education.
It's a shame that you do not find warmth in the shadow of the great Smith Moradin. Who is this Terragnis anyway?
He's a guy that all my acolytes will soon see because they're going to be eaten.
And we will rush to their aid.
I have typed in what the
I
name
suppose.
is so you can pronounce it properly for us the rest of the games.
I like
Okay.
Terragnis. That's why we started.
Terry McGinnis.
There it is. Please, you must save my acolytes.
I look over at Mr. Sir Robin Goodfellow, and I look for an approving. I'm here on his bequest, so I don't go anywhere that he's not willing to go.
Well, this would be anticlimactic if we just stopped here.
Oh, the Undercroft is surprisingly.
You
more
do
secret
need
than I
materials for
anticipated.
your stories, don't you?
I do.
It's amazing how you chronicle all the adventures that your friends go on. And then you gather them in a book so that later, after they've had the adventures, they can go back and look at them and read about them. It's almost as if you could collect all these adventures into a little collection and then sell them as a book series. Or maybe if you was to offer them on a streaming service, which is a magical thing that wizards do.
Well then, shall we to the Undercroft?
Please, please. For the sake of Sir Terragnis, please.
Sally forth.
All right, I will. I'll head my. I'll
So
my
you
way
make your
towards
way
that
past the
back door.
busted
going.
door. You kind of walk around it. You see it's a bedroom. There's blood on the floor, so some of the acolytes probably have been, they were slashed, so the poison to paralyze them was in effect. There's another door off to the left. There's a door to the right that's still closed, if you guys are interested. He told you that that's just a storage room of sorts.
I'll
Right.
move on.
So
past
going to
that.
the left, you open the door,
Or is it? I'll say, and I'll open the
and you
door
open
to
the
the right.
door, and it's just a storage room.
Aha! Oh.
So going off to the left,
What's in the storage
well,
room?
they're just dry goods, some of the wine and stuff that they brought you.
Just a bunch of shit in here.
Scargoth takes a swig
It's
of
that
wine.
It's that Icewind
All
Dale
right.
wine that you've heard about. That good stuff.
It's as delicious as I ever thought it would be. And then I say, all right, but more pressing matters. No time for rest.
So going off
Let's
to the
go.
left, you find some stairs that circle down to the cellar.
Okay.
I will light a torch so that my companions can see.
Well, lucky for
I can
you,
see.
everything's
I can
still
see.
lit because you're still within the monastery. So when you come down the stairs, that you can see in the picture, it's another storage-like area. It's kind of where they make horseshoes and stuff like that. They keep a lot of storage and all.
Oh,
But there's a well down here for their water, but the well's empty.
I look at the horseshoes with disdain.
do we see any kind of like blood?
Yes, there
tracks
would
or
be some
anything
blood
like that?
tracks that lead into the well.
That's
Okay.
some shoddy smith work on this. I
Ooh.
pick up one of them to inspect from the horseshoes.
Strange
know
that
that-
they would not allow the acolytes down here. It seems to be only a manufacture and storage. There's nothing growing here, nothing alive.
And certainly nothing of worth, and I throw the horseshoe down.
It drops. You listen. And finally hits the bottom. Give me an intelligence roll. Yeah, you dropped the
Me?
horseshoe, right?
Oh, I just
Oh,
threw it on the
I'm sorry. I
table
thought
where it
you
was,
dropped
but-
down the
Yeah,
well.
I'll-
I apologize.
No.
Fuck you,
Let's say
internet.
I threw it down the well. Let's do it. I threw it down the well.
I thought it was awesome. I
Fun
was
thing
like,
to do.
that's cool.
I'll throw it down the. Shoddy work. I throw it down the. Intelligence is going to be. Sorry, 12. 14.
Well,
14.
that's a pretty good roll. You kind of gauged it's about 40 feet it took to hit the bottom.
Ding. That sounds to be about 40 feet down that pit there in the hole.
A dry well may hold secrets. But how will we get
That's
to
a-
the bottom?
If only I had some flying shoes.
Well,
I've got this rope
I have a
here,
grappling
but I
hook and
don't
a
know.
50-foot of rope on my backpack.
I've got rope as well.
Perhaps we can attach this grappling hook to the side of the well and travel down that way.
Yes, tie it off. We'll descend into it.
So I will fashion a hold with my grappling hook to anchor on the side there wherever I can find it, and descend 50-foot rope down the.
Yeah, it's not hard
tunnel.
for you to find a spot to get it down there. Who goes first?
I'll go first, so as I can make sure that it's all safe for Mr. Goodfellow.
I'll follow Skargoth.
I'll go
All right,
last.
so you guys go down the well safely using the rope. You reach the bottom. Orlin comes behind you, and then Robin's bringing up the rear. Orlin, the first thing you notice is that the whole catacombs they reek of decay and stale air. I mean, you're into this undead. You're into this kind of stuff. This is your shit. Give me
it smells like home.
give me an
Very nice.
arcane check. Arcana.
All right.
I do love the
7.
smell of a
Well,
dank
the
cave.
number was 5 I was looking for. So you feel necromantic energy in the air.
Yes, the spores tell me, brothers, that there is some sort of magic going on here. Obviously, that the dead have come back to life. But it's their purpose. Not such a bad thing necessarily, but these seem to be agents of evil.
I don't like when things come back from the dead after I've made them dead. Makes me
Oh.
uneasy.
Very
And
rarely does
evil
something come
is
back.
my least favorite thing.
Very rarely is it that they return willingly.
So it's pretty dark down here. Are we going to light up any kind of source?
Very wise.
All right.
I can
so you
see.
can see. Skargoth could see. All right.
I can
perfect.
see.
So what you see then is, as you can look at the picture I put up there, there's 2 tunnels that lead freely away. They're unworked stone. They extend in opposite directions. In the distance, you can hear some sloshing of water. But you can't tell if it comes north or south. But there's also a sealed stone door opposite the tunnel. There's 2 deep handholds. They make like bowls. There's like a bowl that forms by the handles. The door has no lock.
I'll inspect the door to try and discover.
There's
how
some
it
writing
works.
above the door. It is. What do you read? What kind of languages do you speak?
Dwarven, Undercommon, and
You
Common.
cannot identify it.
I've got common, deep speech, druidic, elvish, and
You
undercommon.
cannot decipher it.
Common, gnomish, and thieves
You cannot.
can't.
Determine it. You get.
a strange language written on this door here, lads. I can't make it out.
Nor can I. Strange. Well, perhaps our mystery will be solved on the other side.
I think I can read it. It says, Derek was here.
Oh, you're so wise and intelligent,
I know.
Goodfellow.
Give me an
I know.
investigation check, Chad.
Okay. Let me look at my investigation. All right. That's going to be 12.
You notice nothing strange about the door.
Can I roll an
What are you looking
investigation
at
check?
the door, then? Yeah, help me out here.
I want to look at just the door as a whole, but more specifically the
All right,
text.
So there's the text and there's the bowls and stuff like that. All right, so
I want to look at the bowls. It's like what could fit in those
all right,
bowls
so give me an
potentially.
investigation check on the bowls then.
Okie doke. 1 second.
They look.
That comes up to a total of. Sorry,
Oh,
trying to find
okay.
my investigation.
5 plus.
A 6, so it's
They
11.
look like they're good for soup.
Okay. Actually, it doesn't say just Derek was here. Somebody wrote in and added to the top. It says Derek was fucked here. They disgraced him.
I go up to one of the bowls, and I pull out one of those bottles of wine from the storage unit upstairs, and I pour some into the...
You pour the bowl in, the wine into the bowl, and it sits there.
Well,
I think it's for soup.
doesn't seem to do anything when it's full. What do these two tunnels look like over to?
They just they look like they lead into darkness, so they're unencumbered. So you have a door you can't get through, but there's 2 unencumbered tunnels. Like I said, you hear water, but the water's echoing around the caves, and you can't mistake.
What does it smell like? And
what's it smell? It smells like death.
And the northern tunnel.
The whole thing smells of. It reeks of stale air and death, decay.
Well, both passages smell like death, boyos. I always say follow your nose when in doubt, but I'm not really sure where to go.
It sounds like water. I say we seek out the water. One way is as good as the other, I assume. Our monsters went through this door.
Aye. Now, Red,
I haven't the magic to follow them.
There's some stonework down here, correct? So I have a bit of an advantage on investigating stonework. Can Skargoth investigate the stone to try and determine?
Let me tell you a little something about D&D, Chad. You can do anything you want to do. That's what's great about the game.
I would like to investigate the stonework to try and maybe determine the origin of this.
Go ahead.
I'm up with a history check, and I roll a 18.
Well, you know a lot about stonework, a lot about dwarven stonework, so you know right off the bat this is not dwarven crafted.
That's actually going to come to my proficiency.
Yeah.
So,
bottom line is, you've never seen stonework like this before. This seems almost like, like when we look at pyramids and we go, how the fuck did they make pyramids? This seems like it was from kind of an ancient civilization that you can't even comprehend. They make,
but it does look like it doesn't. Look
no,
like
it's beyond the skills
okay.
of the dwarfs. You're like, holy shit, this is good stonework, but it was not done by dwarfs, because you could just get that little earmark that dwarfs do, just a little something extra they put in. Now,
yes,
it's debatable whether it's better than dwarfs or not, but it is well done, but it is not dwarven in nature.
I would never say that. I'll say these tunnels are not dwarven make. Most dwarves, when they carve a tunnel, tend to stick to an octagonal shape, but these are not anything my kind. And these tunnels are older than the ancients. I can tell you that.
Then perhaps the religious men upstairs were keeping secrets from us.
I find that that's not uncommon amongst religious folk. Without being able to figure out the mystery of this door, we'll have to search for our missing companions, or acolytes, I should say, in one of these tunnels.
There's
But
no
which
reason
do
to
we
keep it
choose?
secret. There's nothing to fear here.
This door here seems to be a secret door, is what I mean. Hidden below their
Do you want to
church.
investigate the door, Orlin?
Yes. Yeah, I'll get it. What sort of skill would I
Intelligence
use to take a
investigation.
look?
If you're looking, well, we know you can't read the door, so
Yeah. I've got, I could.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, you
I'll
go
do
ahead and roll an
sure.
investigation. I will also, and I probably should have said this earlier, Skargoth, when you were looking at the dwarven stuff, I mean at the build, you recognize that the door can be smashed. It can be broken.
Oh, like
Yes.
stonework. If I could do an investigation.
Yes,
using
I
stonework,
apologize.
then
It's
yeah,
going to take a lot of muscle, but it's possible.
Yeah, in that case, I roll a 15 though. So
My investigation is 12.
Nope, you didn't notice anything. That's what Robin Goodfellow wrote.
Try bleeding into one of the bowls, Skargoth. That seems cliche.
Skargoth will pull his dagger and cut his hand. And
Ancients are always down for the blood sacrifice stuff. Believe
How
me.
much blood do you want to put in there, Skargoth?
2 drops, just to surface.
More!
It kind
More!
of eats up those 2 drops. Can you? What do you think? I mean, it sucks it up, but it's not quite enough.
Mr. Goodfellow, you're right. I put 2 drops of blood into this bowl and it disappeared. I will cut a little bit deeper in the hand.
We're gonna say you took 1 d10 damage. You give me 10 HP.
Holy
fill the
shit!
bowl up.
Shit, daggers don't even do that.
But that's what it took. It took, and like
you
you said, it's cliche, but the fucking door opens.
Hold on. Maybe it's a mimic. That seems very cliche, too. I have written quite a few stories where that happens. Things just hungry tricks you into thinking it needs a blood sacrifice by writing something above the door.
My hand is like halfway chopped the fuck off, and I look over at Robin and go, "It opened!"
Well, that's okay then.
I'll give him my other potion.
That's okay. I'm good for now.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Well, what's inside?
Well, you walk inside. You're in the north area.
We will approach cautiously. Flying V formation, I say, and I walk forward and I peek around that corner.
I'll follow him in.
So you notice first off that the walls of the hallway extend to a large open chamber where you see a skeleton lashed into a standing position in each alcove. They're clutching rosemaries in their teeth. At the end,
I kind of want to go up to like one of the skeletons and sort of.
well, absolutely. But as you go in, you see there's a hooded statue at the altar. See at the bottom there, there's that green, like statue. It's at the altar, and its hands are reached down into a shallow bowl that flickers with a. Get ready for it, Chad. Green flame.
Green flame.
Great, but
All right, so you walk up to one of the skeletons.
Yeah, and I will take the rosemary from.
Well, as you go up to the skeleton, you see that its eye sockets have a thin, shallow gouge. They're like emptied out.
Okay. Like they've been scooped out.
Yes.
Robin Goodfellow is going to walk up behind Orlin, and I'm going to say, oh my god! Is that rosemary? That stuff is great for cooking!
It is! Yes, it is rosemary. Yes, very hard to find in an undercroft. Normally I don't find...
Skargoth draws his hand axe to the rib cage.
Continue.
There's something seems to be wrong with its eyes, though. I thought maybe I'd find another set of emeralds here, but Somebody's taken them already.
Or maybe some time. That'd be nice.
This doesn't seem to be the place where they ran off the acolytes one way or the other. Perhaps they took the tunnels south.
You never know. I will investigate stonework and I'll check
All right.
for traps.
You want to do an investigation check?
Yes, sir. Will be
All right. So you're
19.
investigating what? The skeletons, the statue. What are we looking at?
The stonework.
Again, it's
The
still
stonework.
more of that stonework that is very impressive that you've never seen before.
And yet, in looking for, if I was to notice a differentiation in the door, secret passageway.
I will say yes, you have
Discovered it.
noticed that there seems to be a little bit of a...
I hate to metagame, but it's right there. in
No, that's
front
fine.
of me.
Look, I like the way you're
Down
working
way
through
away.
this. This is good. You know about stonework. You can understand how things like this are done. You can see that there probably is like an indention there that can be removed, but you also gather that there has to be a way to activate it, that you cannot do it yourself. It's not going to take strength. It's going to take something in this room to be able to open that door.
Something strange here in the walls. Other than the other sockets here where all the skeletons stand.
Can
you
we
see
see-
this strange indentation in the stonework? That
Can we
might
see-
be a secret passage.
Any markings in the last room?
Well-
this room where the creatures had dragged the people. Was it blood?
No, the bloodstains kind of cleaned up as you got down here. It doesn't look like they feasted on them, but
Okay.
maybe they were able to just carry them off into one of those directions. Clearly, they didn't come in this direction, but you're in some kind of altar-like room. I mean, there is that hooded statue still over the altar at the end of the chamber with the green flame that's flickering. So this flame's still flickering, even though, I mean, who knows how long this place has been here.
Is there anything I could do to track?
Anything you do to track them, you would have to tell me what your
Yep.
character has and go from there.
I mean, like, could I, do like a survival,
survival
to see
check.
if I see any tracks?
Sure,
or
sure, yeah.
tracks?
Survival check's fine. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's a.
Nothing in this room stands out.
Okay. So there doesn't seem to be any trace of their.
No, not in this room.
That I
You
can
see
see.
no trace in this room. No clothing, no blood, no hair or anything like that.
Okay. I'm not sure that they've come this way. This could be a red herring.
Perhaps we should backtrack a little.
Ruben Goodfellow is going to step forward, going toward the green flame, enthralled
Green flame!
by the enthralled by the enticing promise of some kind of information or adventure. But recalling what they said upstairs about traps, he's going to look out for tripwires.
All
or
right, go ahead
pressure
and give
plates
me an
along the-
investigation check.
Careful, Mr. Goodfellow.
Oh, that is 10.
You see no traps. You just fixated on that flame. The green flame's almost emerald in nature. It almost reminds you of the eyes pulsating from the ghouls that you valiantly dispatched in front of Skargoth.
Yes.
It just...
Okay, well, I would like to approach the altar.
So, you see that he's holding a bowl with the green flickering flames in it, but it looks like you could put something in the bowl. You could insert an item in the bowl. Even though it's flickering with flames, it's missing something, a piece.
Maybe some of the rosemary?
You can certainly try.
I would like to say out loud. Okay, I'll go back and get some rosemary from one of the
So you go up to the
skellies.
skeleton, the skeleton looks at you with these deep, empty eyes, holding the rosemary in his or the rosary. I'm sorry, it's a rosary in his teeth.
A rosary.
Well, that's different. I
Okay.
don't want that.
Rosemary. I was about to say, that's interesting.
As
Very
if
culinary.
they were
Okay.
praying to
A
the
rosary.
statue of sorts.
Okay, got it. I'm going to take a
Okay,
rosary
pull it from
then.
his teeth. The teeth shatter on the floor. The skeleton stays in place.
And I'm going to take the rosary and throw it in the flame.
You toss the rosary into the flame, and then a burst of light comes out, and nothing happens.
Oh.
Oh. Just took all those teeth for nothing.
Be cautious, Mr. Goodfellow. You may upset their gods. We may be besieged.
Aye, I think we should backtrack and let
Perhaps.
Orland's skills of travel maybe
Well, perhaps
help us
you're
track
onto
these
something.
down.
I'm gonna take my tinderbox and I'm gonna go collect some of that green fire on a bit of tinder.
You go to that green fire, and you look at it, and you sense in your mind that the socket in that green fire, you feel like you can fill that hole.
Oh, okay.
What
I'm gonna
kind of-
try and drop one of my
Alright,
emeralds.
so you drop an emerald shard into the bowl, and it slides around the bowl and kind of just falls right in the middle. And when it does, one of the skeletons jerks to life. And he pushes open the secret door and then falls into bones.
What color was
Green
that flame
flame?
again?
Green.
Green
flame!
flame.
He just shatters on the floor.
Can I retrieve that emerald?
But the secret door is open.
Okay. Can I
Scargoth.
retrieve that emerald?
The
Or
flame's
close the
still
door?
going. You want to reach in?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
No.
Scargoth stands at the opening and says, Moradin's beard! Did you see what you did, Mr. Rotlake?
Yes, it seems to have opened a passage.
You're a genius!
I want to do that survival check again too, just to see if they left the trail that was on.
Okay, so you go up to the secret door, you kind of peer around it.
That's 19.
It doesn't look like anyone's been, based on cobwebs and things like that, it doesn't look like anyone's been in here in hundreds of years.
Well, they haven't gone this way, Scargo.
I hate to travel down into a trap where we will not accomplish our goal. What should we do? How about you, Sir Robin Goodfellow? Oh, great knight of the city of Stonesborrow. What should we do in this situation?
Well, I try not to leave any hall unexplored, so let's just go down there and
Here,
see what's
here.
going on.
Here, a good mystery is always worth solving.
Well, then I will take the lead if you want, and make sure that there's no treacherous things in front of us.
I'm sure those priests of Terragnis can wait a while we explore.
St. Terry McGinnis.
So it's probably,
Saint Terragnis.
so it's probably very dark in this hallway.
It's as dark as any other area, but yes, there are no torches in this room.
I will pull a candle from my supplies and fix it into my helmet, which has a little area where I can stick a candle and
Beautiful.
light it. Dwarven shit for you right there. And I will begin to sally forth down the hallway with the dim
So
light of the candle.
you go into this room, and the first thing you notice is that the walls and ceilings are decorated with hundreds of leering skulls. They're looking right at you. When you come around the corner, there's a rune-carved altar with an empty, shallow divot in the center that dominates the chamber. On the ground is a bloody and torn tabard of Sir Terry McGillis. It lies on the floor.
Ah, yes. Yes, these priories from ancient times would often carry their namesakes. I should have known the undercroft contained the relics of the famous St. Terry McGinnis.
Every time you say his name, I get thirsty. And I swig some wine from my bladder. And I kind of nonchalantly just like stick my finger in some eye holes of skulls.
Now, his bones are
No,
on
there's
the
all
altar, or no?
the room's lined with skulls. They're just looking kind of at you. You
Yeah.
feel like even if you turn left or right, like, they don't turn, but you feel like they turn. And there's a
Right.
rune carved
they're
altar
watching us.
right in the middle of the room. So like as soon as you come walk right in, the altar's right in front of you. It's almost like a
Right.
secret worship temple.
Yeah.
And it has
Uh,
runes on it?
So
The altar is a
where's the
rune.
skeleton?
Oh.
It has the same writing you saw at the other door that you could not read, so we're not going to go through that. But it's the same writing.
Okay.
You guys tell me how you want to proceed.
Where
Dark
are
deeds
the
have
remains?
occurred here.
Try again.
These runes, they say, wash me. I don't know.
I'm
You said there was
sorry.
a divot on the
Yes,
altar?
there was a divot on the altar. Something has been
I will
removed.
place an emerald in the divot.
Actually, I got a picture of the altar. Let me put it up here. That's what you guys see.
Ooh.
Cool.
It's very...
He places an emerald.
Nothing happens. It's bigger than the emerald. It's probably about 5 times the size of the emerald. So you imagine, Skargoth, that there was something here, you know, Indiana Jones-like. Like it was a totem of sorts that has been removed from this altar.
With my knowledge of stone cutting and gem cutting, does it was a holster for a gem
No.
of sort?
Give me a
Okay.
intelligence check.
That's gonna be 13.
It was probably bowling ball sized. Cannonball for this time period.
Love
Th-
bowling.
This is almost the size of a human head, I would say. I'm not sure what goes here, but nothing we possess would be the key to it. But, again, I feel like we're moving backwards if we're looking for the lost acolytes, who are probably being devoured as we speak. We better backtrack.
Robin, you've done probably a lot of reading and stuff about the Sword Coast in preparation for this trip. Can you give me a
Absolutely.
history check?
Sure. It is going to be a total of 12.
You know nothing.
I would like to... I'm going to investigate the corpse of Mr. Terragnis.
It's more of a. It's
And I
a
look at the
tabard.
skeleton.
It's just an old.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just his clothing or whatever? There's
Oh.
no other remains. Okay.
Could I maybe wear the clothing?
It's shattered. It's a ripped
Are there
apart
any-
and everything.
So are there any like symbols on?
There are symbols. Give me a history check, Chris.
Okay. All the skills I don't have. 16.
You
That's good.
You can't translate it, but you're getting the idea that the symbols are calling out. They're pointing out. It says something about bloodthirst, and you get vampiric warlords, and you see like lynch queens. You get this whole dark feeling from all the altar art from it. That there's something that was ancient here. There was a civilization that was very dark and very necrotic in nature.
Okay. Or it would be like, I have the feeling that not everything here is up and we may have been asked to do evil's work tonight.
That would be a twist.
Ha! It doesn't sit well with me.
These symbols are ancient, and they speak of a battle of evil, bloodthirst.
The whole room gives me the creeps, I'll tell you that. I do not recognize this stonework at all. And this is a foul civilization. It looks like they lean themselves towards blood worship. Especially since I had to drop 1d10 worth of my own blood into the
Yes.
doorway just to come in here.
I imagine that this space seeks a blood sacrifice as well.
My shield hand is still sore.
Can I get a wisdom check from all three of you?
Okay.
Ooh.
Wisdom saving throw
Wisdom
or
saving
check?
throw, I'm sorry.
22.
Natural 20.
I'll give it to you, Chad. Give me a second here.
Of course. You did say wisdom
Yes,
saving
what
throw?
did you say, Chad?
6.
I got a natural 20. It's first one of the night.
And what were you? What were you?
I heard it.
Green flame.
I got a
Roll
6.
me a D8. Wait, I think it's a D8. Yeah,
Okie
D8.
dokie. 2.
Oh no.
Dose.
You look down at your hands, and your fingernails kind of start to fall out.
Oh no.
Oh, not again.
Mr. Goodfellow! What's happening to your hands?
I don't know.
You're going to take 1d4 damage, so 4 points damage. Your fingernails are just coming out. You're kind of picking them out just something in this tunnel's just fucking with you. And you're picking your nails out.
Mr. Goodfellow, what are you
Gross.
doing? Why are you doing that?
They're falling out! I need to get them off!
Skargoth becomes very distraught that something bad is happening to Mr. Goodfellow, and will say, "We need to get out of here. I don't like this place."
No, we were only here looking for shelter, and now we are caught in a maze of madness. We must find those acolytes, destroy those night creatures, and escape if we can.
Follow me, my friends. I can't have Mr. Goodfellow's fingernails falling off. This place is dark and vile, and I'll have nothing to do with it.
I'll follow you. I think we should seek out the water that we...
Skargoth will lead them out of the tunnel and back towards our, which we will climb to try and get back out of here and find the acolyte.
Are you going back to the well?
We have to find where
That's
those
right.
acolytes went missing. So the only two directions other than that would have been the north and south tunnels.
All right, so
This seems to be a
yeah,
dead
but
end where
you
we were
gathered
at.
some information about the society that built this area. Something
Right.
ancient.
It's a very
and dark.
something. Yeah, something evil lives in these. There be monsters.
So you find yourself back to the well where you began. So there's a path that goes north and a path that goes south.
My favorite direction is north, and let's go that way.
I agree.
I wanted to go south.
Well, whatever Mr. Goodfellow says, of course, but
But north is good too.
we dwarves know that north is a good direction.
So you guys find yourself going through these twisted catacombs, and you look around, and there are thousands of bones that are packed together to form the grisly walls and ceilings. You're starting to get that there's a very necromancer-like atmosphere. It's all about death, this area.
You know, boys, I really have the feeling that the men who designed this place were really into the macabre. It's kind of a downer, don't you think?
Pretty grim.
Oh, these items could be feasted upon for hundreds of years and give new life to new creatures. No, I just think it's a horrible waste and a misuse of resources.
I love your outlook. It's very nice.
Ah, it's very unique, very different way of looking at the aspect of death you have there, Mr. Orland.
Oh, well, everything must eat, and everything must be eaten.
That is it should. And I can certainly use with another meal right now. These tunnels are making me hungry and lonely.
So you guys make your way into this room, and you see it's a collapsed mausoleum. I think I have a picture for that too. Get you a little flavor. So there's more of those necrotic, necromancer-like ruins all over the walls and skeleton-like architecture. In the back corner, you see there's a. I'm sorry. In the forward corner, you see there's a dark pit. You can hear some growls and stuff coming out from the pit, mumbling of sorts.
Does the growl sound like?
Can I see if there's any? Can I do that survival check to see if there's any trace of them
Absolutely.
coming this way?
But you also see there's the mausoleum in the back corner. There's a half-open collapsed wall and a narrow stone coffins. Narrow stone coffins inside that have been recently torn open. There's also a cache in there.
Cache.
Okay. So I got a 19 survival check to see if they.
You find no
this way.
footprints or any blood, so you determine that they did not come this way.
I don't believe that our acolytes were dragged this way by those creatures. Oh, perhaps our creatures came.
But you do hear some gibbering from the pit.
Should we call out for the acolytes?
I'm gonna produce flame and then toss a flaming ball down into the pit.
Sure.
All right.
Your wife and children in there, and they burn to death.
Oh no!
The flame goes in. What does it do? Does it do any kind of damage?
I mean, it would if it like.
Yes, there's
I
a
guess.
ghoul inside there he's trying to climb up the side when the flame hits him and it bursts him on fire.
Oh, okay.
So he's not prepared for it. You can roll with advantage.
It's a D8. I can roll an
I'm gonna
attack.
say it hits. Let's just say it hits. Just give me the hit.
Okay. All right. It's 7 damage.
So he just bursts on fire and it reinvigorates him to want to try to climb out of the hole more, but he can't. He cannot get out of that hole as much as he tries. He's just deep in there. And you look into his eyes, and they're burning with those green flames. Yes.
Green flame.
And
It seems as if my instincts have proven true. Comrades, there appear to be more of those creatures. Here, they must have awoken from these caskets.
Okay, well, let's not go in that hole.
We shouldn't run that way then. Let's get out of here. Let's find our friends.
Okay, I'll escape with them.
all right, so you don't want to investigate the caskets.
I guess not.
I've never found anything inside a casket that was
Understood. Understood. So this is pretty much a dead end. You're going to go back to the hallway, right? Or the entry point. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I say to Mr. Good. Turns out that dwarves also really love the direction south.
I told you we should have gone
That's
south.
a good direction for a dwarf to travel, actually.
I swear, if one of these rooms makes my hair fall out, I'm leaving.
Mr. Rotlake, can you do your investigation to see if maybe you find the footprints of those creatures this way?
Yes, I'll take a look and see if they've come this way. That's a 9er.
Nader? Are you using a walkie?
yeah, this seems to be the general direction they went.
Okay.
Oh, good. And Skargoth wipes his head in a very, thank goodness.
So you guys are heading
Oh, good.
south now. The sound of the water is picking up as you go. Does anybody got a percentile dice with them? Roll it, please.
I do.
That's going to be a
All right.
70%.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I approach the...
Alright, so you guys are going down these tunnels made of skeleton and stuff. You reach a point where you can go left or right. The water now sounds very loud from your left. Well, I guess you're standing this way, be from your right. So you hear the water rushing from the right.
Mr. Rotlake, do you see any signs of footprints in the dirt the way you did back before?
My instincts always tell me that life relies on water, so if they are to be saved, that's where we should go.
So,
That is true. That's where we dwarves tend to congregate underground as well.
so
I remember the chalky flavor of the water in my family's well, where I dwell from.
I used to drink water when I was poor, too.
When were you ever poor, Mr. Goodfellow?
I don't remember. It's probably a long time ago.
So, well, you're gonna run?
Well, yeah, move quickly. Yes, we're trying to, at a fast pace, start off the group.
All right, give me a Chad
go for
and Chris. Give me a Constitution check.
Okay.
Saving throw. I'm sorry, saving throw.
Okay, very good. That's going to be a dirty 20.
That's 11.
All right, Chris, roll a d8.
Okay. 5.
You hear in your head maddening whispers. They just you keep hearing these whispers in your head. So we're going to
Mr. Rotlake, are you all right?
So if you do a wisdom saving throw,
Something strange.
you're going to remove 2 from it from now on. If you do a wisdom saving roll, okay?
Okay, so I have -2 to my wisdom saving
You
throw.
just hear this madness in your head. The ancient death. You can play it up any way you want. You just hear it.
No, that's something. The spores are talking to me like something's wrong with their message. It seems to be confused. What is that now? I don't know. I don't know which way to go.
I'm worried about you, Mr. Rotlake.
No, no
Stay
worries.
close to me.
Sometimes the spores argue. They're uncertain. They'll work it out.
Well, just as well that I'd rather you stay close to me so I can protect you and Mr. Goodfellow.
Yes, maybe I should. I feel very alone.
Perhaps a sip of wine will clear your head, and I offer my wine flask.
Oh, yes, the properties of this were created by the excretion of the yeast. Yes, I can hear them singing as they excrete. I'll
I
drink
love
the
you,
wine.
Chris.
There you are. The very things that power your magic, filling you with sustenance.
I do feel
I knew you
different.
brought.
I'm not
I
sure if
knew
it's
I brought
better
the
or
wine
worse,
along
but
for some reason.
I do feel different.
All right, let's press on.
So you guys come into this underground spring. The halls are stacked with skeletal
Beautiful.
remains, and they widen into a broad, echoing cavern. There's a still pool of water that shimmers in the cavern, and you see limp bodies in white tabards floating in it. And there's blood drifting from their wrists and their thin ribbons.
Oh.
I will light a torch and throw it into the so that it will be warm.
Okay, it shimmers off the walls and the water, and it's strangely beautiful, but haunting at the same time with all the skeletal remains.
Oh, this reminds me of home.
It looks like fresh blood. Is your home festooned with fresh blood?
Sometimes.
Hmm.
And
That
Sir
is
Robin
strange.
Goodfellow is going to write in his little notebook, "The cavern was haunting, but beautiful at the same time."
So you see bodies floating in the water.
How many are there?
There's, at this point in time, you see 4 bodies. And they look similar to the robes of the acolytes you saw pulled out of the chapel earlier.
Are they
looks
the
like
same
we're
acolytes?
You would have to investigate.
Well,
you have to
it's
investigate
resolved.
further, sir.
All right, then I.
It looks like we may be too late, boyos.
Yes, it
We'll
does.
go to investigate that.
You can't
I will,
save them all.
I'll take my grappling and rope, toss it out to try and drag one.
Give me what is that? Dex check, athletics.
Or athletics. I'll do an athletics check. Be a 22.
All right, you're able to find purchase on one of the bodies. You, for some reason, you're able to grab like their leg.
Yeah.
It kind of floats right in your leg.
My grappling
And when you
hook.
pull it, you notice the body twitches, like it's still alive.
Oh no! I'm afraid this is very unnatural. Our acolytes who we came to save may very well be joining the ranks of the enemies that we fought before in the church.
Yes, perhaps this was all a trap. I never heard of this Saint Terry McGinnis.
I will
Perhaps we
let
could
go of
never
the
have
rope
trusted
and
the
draw my
acolytes to
weapons.
begin with.
I let go
I'm
of the rope
beginning
and
to
draw
think
my
maybe this Saint Terragnis never existed in the first place.
weapons. I draw my hand axe and my shield, and readiness for.
So, I mean, the rope's just around this acolyte's foot, and they're still floating.
It's twitching in the water. I have to be.
But it's
ready
not
for a
face
fight.
down; it's face up, so it's not drowning.
Give it a pull, Mister Goodfellow, and I will strike him if he attacks us.
Okay. I'll pull it in.
You pull it all the way to the shore.
Yeah.
As you pull it to shore, you see it's trying to live. You can see it's dying. Can everybody roll for initiative?
But you say.
I certainly can.
Hang on.
4.
My total is 13. Thank you.
What you got, Chad?
Hang on.
All right, so starting with Robin, then Chad, then it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and let you go first, Olin. You can tell that when you pull it ashore, Robin, it's a female. She's bloodied. She's been bitten. She's near death. You can tell she's on her final legs. She doesn't have long.
Hello, nurse.
She doesn't have long to live. She might only have an initiative worth a life. So,
Okay.
you go first.
Well, then, I am going to open the potion I was given earlier and pour it in her
That is
mouth.
awesome. You want to roll for it? Give her some health.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's a
How many was it? I'm
4d4
sorry.
plus 4.
48. Or 44.
All right, so she's thank you. Her teeth are tattering. The hooded sorcerer, he slit our wrists and filled the bowls with blood. And then the undead beast dragged us here to toss us aside. Oh. You have any questions for her?
Well, you're saved now, thanks to Sir Robin Goodfellow. Tell your friends.
Your nails are falling out.
Yes.
Your nails are falling out.
Oh, that is fine. Nothing's wrong. Don't worry about it. Maybe I
Come
just
here.
look like that. You shouldn't make
She's trying to
assumptions,
pull away
man.
from you. The sorcerer's nails are falling out. His nails are falling out too.
Come
No.
here, gentlewoman, and I give her a symbol.
Do you want to roll a persuasion check, please?
Me?
Who, me or
She's
him?
freaked out because your nails are falling out, Robin. So it's going to be Skargoth. He said he was going to try to comfort her.
Okie doke.
She
okay,
recognizes
that's for
your nails falling out,
So I-
and she's tying it in with the sorcerer who slit her wrists nails.
Right, I gotcha.
That is a
Okay, so she
12.
kind of lets you grab her. She's taken aback by the whole situation. She was near death. She had 1 hit point.
Okay, well then, I am going to also attempt to persuade her. I will say, I assure you, madam, there's nothing to worry about. I'm an entertainer by trade, not an evil necromancing bastard. And should I roll a 20? And 2 plus 6 will equal what? 8.
No, she's kind of puts her hands up. He's got the nails. His eyes will glow green, just like the sorcerer. The sorcerer. And she's freaking out. She's kind of rolls up into a ball and covers her face.
I assure you, my lass, we are not here to harm you. And Mr. Goodfellow, he is as righteous and as pure as the morning dew. And we will save you and your friends if you will just allow us to. Would you like me to roll that?
No, I mean she's traumatized by the situation.
Just trying to calm her.
I am going to say, could an evil sorcerer do this? And I'm going to pull out my pan flute, and I am going to roll a performance check.
Please do. Please do.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
Critical hit! I'm a boss at the pan flute.
You know,
Hey!
you pull this pan flute out, and you start playing it, and it's the song, the lullaby her mom used to play to her when she was a kid. And
What are the odds?
they're critical. The odds are critical. I mean, when you roll
Right.
a d20, that's for the audio people. It's critical. And she kind of turns to you, and she can sense that you don't have the green eyes. I'm sorry. The hooded sorcerer. He slit our wrists and left us here to die. I just want to be freed. My friends, we're all dead.
Well, I only had 1 health potion, so you're
Thank you.
lucky.
Thank you, good sir. You're a hero.
I know.
Tell all your friends about Robin Goodfellow and about Stonefist.
What is this Undercroft? What is it here that you... I don't understand. I know you were forbidden from coming here, but to be something that you know.
I was taken by the creatures, and I was in the church. I didn't want to come down here.
Yes, I know, but you are a worshipper of this god, and this church is built on land that must
Well,
know
the
something
hooded
about
sorcerer
it.
needed our blood for some kind of ritual.
Who was the hooded sorcerer?
I don't know.
Who is he? Where did he come from?
He lived under the church, I suppose. He needed blood for a ritual.
Is no one you recognize
No.
from your village?
He wore a black
Oh,
robe, and he
strange.
had a raspy voice, and his nails were falling out, and his eyes glowed green as if they were undead.
Which way did he go?
I don't recall. He took us into a giant mausoleum, and he took us to an altar.
Ah, an altar. Yes, we've seen an altar. Can
Was
you take
the
us-
altar engulfed in green flame?
Yes, green flame.
Green flame!
Who said that?
But I don't know which way it was. I'm sorry I can't be a help to you, but thank you for helping me, and that was a wonderful song.
I know.
Well, we've
We
seen the
will-
altar, so perhaps
We will
there's more
escort
to
you
it.
back to
I would-
safety.
But he's doing some undead ritual. He's trying to raise some creature or something. And as much as I appreciate my life, I think it'd be best if you heroes were to stop him. For the sake of my other friends.
Are you able to? Are you weak? Are you able to wield a weapon?
I'm too weak to fight, and I've never been trained to. I'm just a priest. I pray. I will pray for you. How about that? Saint Terragnis.
Would you like us to take you back, or would you like to stay here and
I
rest?
feel like stopping him is the only way to redeem the deaths of my brothers and sisters.
If you come along with us, would you feel better holding a weapon? I'll give you a handout.
I dare not leave them. Perhaps I can
yourself.
try to save my brothers and sisters here.
I don't think she's into you, dude.
Mr. Goodfellow, I assure you, I am not trying to flirt with this woman. I'm merely trying to protect her. Stay here then, woman. Use this rope and this grappling hook to drag them
I'll
into the
swim
shore.
out there and get them. You must stop the sorcerer. You must stop his evil plans.
We will do our very best. I lift my shield up in the air and let her see very clearly my maker's stone my shield.
Perhaps there was more to it than that altar than we originally imagined.
I'm sure there is.
Probably.
If the other acolytes are not here, then we need to go back and investigate it again and put an end to this madness. For surely our goal is to end this kind of evil wherever it may exist in the world, whether it be the Sword Coast or Viridian.
Well, I say we just move forward for now.
Oh, yes, of course. Whatever you say, Mr. Goodman.
I put up a picture of the tunnels. I apologize for being delayed, but that's kind of what the tunnels give off a green shine to them based on the green flame.
Green
So
flame.
this would be the tunnel to the south
Yes,
of the
you
water
guys are
area?
backtracking past the way you came, and you're going to go in the direction that you didn't
Okay.
go. I believe I have that picture. Let's see if I have it.
No, we went south. We have the picture. Good. So we're in these tunnels, and we saved, and she was going to stay with and try and rescue the water.
Yeah, you left the girl behind. She's going to try to see if she could save brothers and sisters. So you follow the passage along. It's littered with bones, and as you kind of, there's a green glare that keeps emanating from the direction you're going. So,
I'm going to collect the like finger and toe bones of some
all
of
right,
these
try to
stuff.
pry it out of the wall. They're kind of encased in the wall.
Oh, okay, like,
Yes.
like mortared in.
It was built
Yeah, okay.
on the bones of people.
Oh,
So
gotcha, okay.
the glow, the green glow gets brighter as you come into this cavern. And as you come in there, you immediately see a
Mausoleum.
shattered mausoleum,
Whoa.
and it looms around the edges of the cavern. And green flashes reflect inside the tomb like cat eyes. There's 4 statues that encircle a brazier, and blood spills from full bowls in their hands, tracing lines to the sputtering braziers. And a hooded sorcerer stands over the braziers, and the braziers are boiling with green flame.
Green!
And you see 4 swaying gashes. The 4 that got away, they're just swaying, and they're staring with emerald eyes at the skull inside the braziers. And you can hear whispers emanating. The whispers in your head, Orland, are getting louder. It's a vile language.
Oh, yeah.
And it's you've never heard it before, but just for the hell of it, it's infernal. You hear this infernal language in your ears. You're probably fascinated by it now, and you'll investigate it further afterwards. But you hear it pounding more and more.
Skargoth bashes his shield. And he says, "Let us not let this dark ritual continue." Ah! No.
You're gonna run right in?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw my axe at this
Well,
monster.
shit. I guess he's gonna go right after one of the ghouls.
Yep. That first one.
All right. Well,
was
let's roll for initiative.
Oh my god,
Oh.
another natural 21.
So that's 14. So I heard you say you had 21 Skargoth.
21?
I see Robin's got 21, so which one of you guys is going to go first?
Let me go first since I
No.
I rolled
No,
a
yeah,
natural
you can go.
So you guys rolled 21. That was with your modifier, right?
Yeah, that was with my
natural
modifier.
20, natural 20 with fire. What's the AC/DC song plays when Iron Man comes in? God, take
Immigrant
it
song.
down! That's Skargoth in music. Super thrill! What a kid!
Okay.
I got my axe in my hand,
Well,
gonna
I mean, it's
kill
pretty
the
cool because you're
thrill!
throwing the axe and you get to start it out. Go ahead. Let's get it going.
Alright. He's going to throw his axe. And that is a 19 plus 6, so that's going to be 25.
25 will hit.
And that is a hand axe coming from the air, so it's 6. It's going to be 11 damage.
Okay.
So he just runs in, and he tosses an axe right into that Google space. And once it makes purchase, he then draws his hammer. Stand. Now, actually, how far would I have had to run in there to reach a Google?
Well, we're going to say you would have to, if you look back at the,
5, 10,
yeah,
15, 20,
you'd have to come around
yeah.
that corner.
Okay, I
You'd
see.
have to be at least, it's what, 20 feet? 5, 10, 15.
I'm going to say that I stood by that first little
That
pit
pit.
there.
All right, I'll take that. Yeah,
in
that
there,
first
so
sinkhole,
that
yeah.
That gives me the distance. And then I stop and I hold drawing my hammer. Ready. End my turn.
All right, so now it's going to be Robin Goodfellow's turn unless you have anything else.
Nope, I'm good.
Robin Goodfellow is going to draw his rapier and run straight forward, following Skargoth, but with his short little legs. I'm going to say he's not able to make his way all the way to the ghouls. So I'm going to cast Fireball at them. Firebolt. And I miss yet again.
Robin doesn't like this fireball spell, does he?
No, he's really, honestly, it's illusionary flame, and he just thought he'd trick them.
Yeah.
He's never really learned how to make real flame. It's just a
Somehow-
party trick, but he still
The
wants them
green
to think
flame
he's a
laughs
wizard.
at your fire flame.
Green flame. That was an excellent shot, Mr. Goodfellow. Oh my goodness.
So, the sorcerer.
You scared me.
The sorcerer turns to you, and he removes his hood. Sir Terragnis wants you to abandon this dark place, my children. Leave us to rot. What do you have so little faith in our saint's holy word? And you see this hooded sorcerer, and he removes the hood, and you notice that he has the same necklace and bindings and jewelry that the dwarf you met earlier, the acolyte, and you
It's Reginald
yes, you put
Bard!
together that it's Reginald Bard, and he seems to be somewhat corrupted. He has his hair's fallen out, his eyes are burning green, his nails are falling out, and he looks demonic in nature. And he will use a lair action to start. And he raises his hands, and you feel the earth around you guys shake. And then all of a sudden, 3 skeletal creatures appear right around you guys, surrounding you, 3 skeletons pop up from the earth. They come almost like out of the earth in the walls, like they take form and they come together like a trans-fucking-former into their bodies, and they have these fucking clubs that they're going to come at you with. So, I'm going to roll for their initiative.
I yell.
Another critical. So we're going to put them right now. So since they're all around the 3 of y'all, I'm going to go ahead and just let each one attack you individually, okay? So,
Okay.
we're going to start with you. You know what? We're going to...
Real quick, I'm going to use my reaction because somebody entered my space here to throw those spores. So I'm going to do the skeleton that's attacking me has got to make a DC 14 Constitution save.
All right, we're going to start with that then, okay? So I see you say Constitution, so he's +2 on that, so it's going to be a 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. All right.
So he's going to go ahead and attack you then, since you started the game.
Okay.
Wow, look at that shit. So he's going to hit you with a 15 plus 4. So that's going to hit, right? 19?
Yep. That's what I get.
Mr. Rotlake, form upon me.
You're going to be 4. He's hitting you with this this club. It's like it's a stick, but it's sharp, so it's got piercing damage on it. It's almost made of bone, like a bone sword. You're going to take 4 points piercing damage. The next one's going to go ahead and attack Robin Goodfellow. Critical fail. He just swipes at Robin, but Robin's so small and agile, he doesn't even get near him. Or maybe he heard Skargoth say, "Don't do it."
Yes.
Or maybe he's scared.
And the last one's going to go ahead and go after Skargoth. And that's going to be a 9 plus 4. So it's going to be a...
I block it with my...
Get in the microphone, Bo.
I block it with my...
Alright. So that is the end of their turn. It is now going to be Father Bard's turn. He's going to cast Sacred Flame on Robin Goodfellow. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's going to be, give me one moment, +6 to that, so, yeah. 19.
19.
You succeeded. So he's not going to be able to do it. He's not going to be able to hit you with anything, and you don't take half or anything, so you should be good to go. Let me just double check here. Because I can.
Because you can.
What am I doing here? I got my whiteboard on here. Yep, you succeeded, so you're good. Alright. Then it's going to be it's going to be your turn, Orlean.
Okay. So let's say we're clustered sort of around the entrance, coming around the tunnel, right? I'm going to take a few steps. Oh no, I've got a skeleton right in front of my face, right?
Yeah, there's a skeleton right in front of you. All 3 of you have a skeleton right next to you at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of reach with my shield hand into my pouch and pull a small piece of iron out. It's going to become absorbed as I start making a spell. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on the on our friend Bard there.
Okay.
So choose a humanoid you can see within range. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration, which is up to a minute. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another saving throw to end.
Alright, so he's got a, you said Wisdom? He's got +3 on the Wisdom.
Yeah,
Let's see what he
Wisdom
does.
saving throw.
A natural 20.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Alright, and I'm just going to use action to grab my shillelagh and or my club and cast shillelagh. And that's the end of my turn.
When Skargoth sees your shillelagh light up, he says, "Ah, yes, that's the way, laddie." Give him the
I couldn't.
old
I
one,
tried
too.
to hold him, but he was too strong. He would not be held. We'll have to crumble them to dust. I'm afraid nothing worth saving here.
That's my favorite method.
Okay.
Is that it? We're
Yeah,
back
at
to
the end of my
Skargoth
turn.
then.
Back top, I guess. Yeah.
Is that it?
Wait a second.
Zah.
Is that it?
The gas are last. Sorry.
Gassed or last?
The gas.
They're going to make their way towards you because he's commanding them to come and attack you.
Okay.
Let's see if I get my map up here real quick, and I'll see about how far they can get. They move 30 feet.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we should
probably.
Go with the range, yeah.
So we got 4 ghasts. The first one's going to go ahead and come after you. You were the closest, Skargoth, so I'm going to go ahead and attack you with 2 of them.
Sounds good.
I'm going to roll 2 d20s. So one's a critical hit, and it looks like one's an 18 and one's a 5. So I'm thinking the 18 probably hit.
18
Okay.
hits.
So he's going to claw you. So he's going to hit you for 8 points slashing damage. And we've already established that you are immune to his paralyzing agent, so you're okay.
Okay.
One's going to go ahead and attack Robin Goodfellow.
Ah!
Looks like we rolled it's the bottom one, so we rolled a 4 plus 3, 7. That probably won't hit. I'm sorry, 4 plus 5. It's a 9 hit.
Oh yeah. No, it doesn't.
And the
hit.
last one's going to go after you, Orland.
Yep.
Critical fail. Now we're going to go back to the top of the order. You're up, Skargoth.
Oh, right. Okay, so explain to me what kind of enemies am I looking at now? I've got the room up. So there's 4 and 1.
So right now you guys are surrounded by, you got 2 ghouls and a skeleton on you right now. There's a skeleton on each person, and there's a ghoul on each person. So you guys are pretty much outnumbered.
Is the ghoul that I hit with the axe
Yes.
standing in front of me? Okay, I'm gonna go for him. I'm going to attack him, and that's gonna be a natural 20.
Get in that headset. Yeah, get in that headset.
I didn't. I'm right on it.
You said it's gonna be a natural 20.
Okay, so natural 20. Well,
Nah, you're
I'm
doing
the best
fine.
I can. I've got my face to. I'm almost licking the computer.
Lick the computer screen.
I am licking the computer.
Nice. It's gonna be
With those selfies you keep sending, I mean, I got to.
17 damage.
All right.
17.
Oh, he looks so bloodied, man. He is on his last legs.
I will use my bonus action, okay, to smash him with my shield. He has to contest me in a athletics contest of 16.
So he rolled a 17 plus athletics, so it's plus 3, so he's going to get a 20.
Yeah.
He stands toe-to-toe. Even though he's brutalized, you feel like he used to be a pretty badass warrior of this old, ancient, necrotic empire that you guys have uncovered.
Cool. Yeah.
I say to my friends, this one's complete. I'm going to take it home.
We'll see.
They're speaking in my mind with a black speech. Perhaps if we destroy them, it won't be the last we see.
We are now on to Robin Goodfellow. You have a skeleton and a
Okay,
ghoul.
now this probably... Right. Okay, so this probably isn't going to work, but we'll see. Robin Goodfellow is going to take out his joke book, and he is going to look at Reginald Bard, and he's going to say, Reginald, why do paladins wear chainmail? Because it's holy armor. Thus casting Tasha's hideous laughter. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Critical fail.
I like
Okay,
that you found the
so, Reginald finds Robin's joke utterly hilarious, so much so that he falls into fits of laughter. He falls down onto the ground, becoming prone and incapacitated. He cannot stand up for the duration, up to a minute.
Oh, shit.
Yep, he can make a saving throw again at the end of each of its turns. Or when it takes damage. So, now that he is on the ground laughing, I am going to disengage as a bonus action and back up 25 feet. And that is the end of my turn.
Yes, stay at a safe distance, Mr. Goodfellow. Good job. We'll take it from here. Walk away, Mr. Runlake.
We will.
I do hear him laughing. That's one of the reasons I really wants to cast it. He is incapacitated, prone, and unable to stand.
Negative.
Who's attacking me? I disengaged as a bonus action and backed up. Is he coming to get me? Okay, good. Okay, got it. Just wanted to make sure he was coming to get me.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my reaction to real quick to get my skeleton again.
I'll ask you this.
You gotta just roll that saving throw. Ian. Yeah, so he fails the saving throw. He'll take 4 damage.
All right. It's 4 damage.
Oh, sorry, no, it's a Constitution saving throw, not Wisdom. I'm sorry.
So his Constitution makes it a 10.
Okay, still fails.
Okay.
Yep.
Skargoth is watching over Robin as a hawk, bodyguard style. So if a skeleton ran by me, would he not have had to make a would I get to do a attack of opportunity?
Sure, I would say that you guys are probably close together.
Because I'm watching him like a hawk. Stay with.
Yeah, you put your shield up against the skeleton and the ghoul attacking you right now, or the ghast, and you maybe swing at the skeleton that's running by.
Okay, that's going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And the damage for that will be 9. Stay away from Mr. Goodfellow!
I think my favorite thing is, you guys can't hear it, but the audio is just constant laughter.
Hey, you caused it, man. It's your fault.
I should have said Sir Goodfellow. He's a knight.
So, help me out here. So we've attacked. We attacked a Trenton, right? Did I attack you, Chris?
You attacked me.
Yep.
Yeah, you attacked me and missed. That was your 3.
Yes.
I used my reaction and did 4 damage back. You
Yeah.
attacked Trenton.
So we only person left to attack is Chad.
That's right.
Get me.
All right. So the skeleton's going to go ahead and attack you, Chad. Looks like he's rolling a 13 plus 4, so it's 17 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. So now it is Father Bard's
Stargard
turn.
bashes his shield.
So Father Bard's got to roll what? What check?
He has to roll a wisdom save.
Okay, get him this.
I'm sure it's really
I'm
high.
adding it, yeah. He rolled a 13.
Does he add a 1 to it?
I added. If you look at it, I already added his 3.
Oh, okay, then he does not get
He
it.
does not get it. Okay, no, I'm gonna try to add those to it so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay, gotcha. He
So-
doesn't. He's still laughing.
All right, so it's your turn, Orlin.
Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Spike Growth. It takes it grows spikes from the ground in a 20-foot radius within 60 feet. So what I want to do is I want to kind of put it behind the gas, or like in the cluster of the gas as they get around us.
Okay.
Right, so didn't they kind of cluster around us? And, I mean, it can take up basically 4 squares. So maybe you can tell me how many I can get, sort of putting it in the center of them.
You tell me how many you want it to get. You put me in the moment. You tell me what you see. Give me that theater of the mind, bro.
Okay, so if we're still like at the entrance of the cave mouth and we've got skeletons, I picture the skeletons sort of taking up 2 spaces there in front of us, and then the gas so like waiting their turn and reaching in and clustering around them. So I think I can get 2 skeletons and 2 ghasts with a spike through.
All right, go for it.
All right, so spikes will sort of spread out of the ground like on vines. It'll be difficult terrain to move through, and anything in there is going to take 2d4 piercing damage.
Automatically. Okay.
Yep.
Roll it.
So we'll say, do you want to do like skeleton by skeleton? You know.
I'm gonna
gas
say
by gas?
first off, the skeleton by you and probably skeleton by Chad would be the best 2 to hit. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go with those because the one by
Do you roll them
Trenton
separately,
kind
though, or
of
do you want me to just roll?
retreated a little bit.
Do you want me to roll?
I ran.
Do you want me to roll like 2d4 and just all of it like that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Okay, let's just do that.
whatever works for you, bro.
Good job.
So it's 5 damage to all creatures in that area.
Okay.
You're the magic.
All right. So 5 creatures also to the gaseous.
Yeah, so 2
Okay.
of the skeletons and 2 of the gas each take 5.
All right. Easy enough.
And then it's also difficult terrain for them to move through, so anybody that wants to get in front, and if they move into that space, they automatically start taking that damage.
What does that look like? What happens? The earth just kind of shoots up.
Yeah, so it's like some vines sort of push through whatever it is, and they just these super sharp spikes.
Yeah.
The
roots of the earth find purchase into these caverns of the dead, and they just kind of bring like earthly life back to this undead world.
Nice.
Is your turn complete, sir?
That would be the end of my turn. Yeah.
Okay, so it's now the gas turn. There was 2 gas on Chad, so they're going to go ahead and
Yep.
attack. I'm going to just roll 2 d20s. One. Don't worry about that first one, Chad. So it's a 19 and a 1. So we know the 1's not going to hit. The 19, it's plus 4, so that's probably going to hit.
1 hit.
Yeah.
Can you refresh the map too, Red, when you get a second?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, he's biting at you because he knows you're immune to his abilities, okay?
Okay.
He's going to hit you for 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
The other one missed, so there's one gash that's going to... even though it's difficult terrain, I'd say you were what? You said you reversed 25 feet? That means he can only move 15 feet. So this other gash is going to try to go at Robin, but he's not going to be able to get to him. He's going to come up about 10 feet short. And
if he moves through that terrain, he should take 2d4.
He's going to try to move through because he's being under the control of Reginald. So he's going to take 2d4 damage, you said?
Yeah.
Roll for it.
Take that, Reginald.
Roll for it.
Okay. 3 damage.
How do you want that to look?
Well, he sort of just, as he's taking a step, one of the vines just kind of swells, and a spike the length of a sword goes out of it just through the ghast.
All right.
Yay.
Oh, shit. That was, I did that for a skeleton. I apologize.
Okay, through the skeleton.
Well, the skeleton was still trying to get at him, right?
Yeah.
So it would have killed the skeleton. But I'll take that off on the skeleton's turn. So the gash is still alive. I apologize.
Yeah, no problem.
How much damage did he take?
It was only
I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say the skeleton died, and we'll let the gash just keep his life points, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good.
The other gash was on you, Chris, so he should be able to attack you, right?
Yep.
That's going to be 9 points.
No, it doesn't hit. I'll kind of bat his arm away with my shield.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to Skargoth.
Would I be able to make it to the wizard who's laughing on his back?
I think with the difficult terrain would probably affect him too, wouldn't it?
Yes, it affects him too. Yes.
I mean, it won't attack you, but
Now I can end the spell. Like if you just say, "Hey, cancel the spikes," I can.
Kill your spell, and I will run for the wizard and take him out.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
These spikes will hold them, but not forever. You must make sure you crush him with one blow.
I will do it.
Then they are cancelled.
And they'll sort of shrink back into the earth.
the vines return back to the earth from where they came. And of course, the ghouls feel extra motivated now that they can get to you guys.
I'm gonna run for that wizard. I'm gonna fucking run him down.
Well, okay, so you probably got a ghoul, a skeleton. You got two ghouls and a skeleton on you that can get an opportunity of attack.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna run past them.
Let's start with that, okay? We're going to start with the skeleton. Skeleton's going to roll... okay. I don't think it rolled.
8.
I think that...
What I got?
I don't think it rolled.
I got 8 here.
Alright, well, let's see here. Okay, so 8 plus 4... 12 points, 12 to attack.
No.
Okay.
He shoves it aside with his shield.
And then the two gashes are going to go after you. And we're only looking at the 13 and the 3, so with their bonuses, we're going to have a 16 and a 6.
Skargoth shoves both attacks away with his shield.
Alright, so you push right through them like fucking running back. You right through them. Skargoth pushes past the skeleton, dodges the ghoul's attack, runs past him towards the green flame.
Green flame!
Runs up to the cackling sorcerer, Reginald Bard, who's laying on the ground.
And I'm gonna try to end that laughter.
You can certainly try.
With a natural 20. I rolled with advantage. I got a natural 1 and a natural 20. Take a picture of this fucker. I'm moving them together. A natural 1 and a natural 20. On advantage. Holy shit. I wish that you guys had been in here in person today.
Well, Trenton's there. He can just walk in the room.
Natural 20 and a natural 1. Okay, so... Here it comes. Here it comes. That's not a natural 20. You don't even have dice in here. You're just jerking off in a dude. Okay, I'm going to also choose to expel my last maneuver dice, okay? So that's going to be 4d8s of damage.
So as you raise, I'm guessing you have your action shield, right?
My hammer shield, yes.
And as you raise it, you look down and you see the father. And I'm going to put his picture back up. Somewhere in here. There he is. You see this... Oh, come on. You see this father, and in his hands, you see... he's holding a skull with a green gem in the center of it, and it's pulsating. And you understand that a lot of the power that he has is emanating from this green skull. And your mind goes back to that chamber you were in, and that you said, "Oh, it looks like a head would fit here." Remember when you said that, Skargoth?
Yes.
And you put 2 and 2 together. You're like, this head came from that room. This totem of power, he has somehow taken it, has corrupted him, and it's empowering him to attack us. Except for he's laying on the floor laughing, and he's laughing to himself. And he's laughing, and he's murmuring the words about the Azarumme Empire. Azarumme, Azarumme, ha ha ha, Azarumme. All right, go.
Fuck. Well, I dealt 28 damage to him.
28 damage. Did you?
Yes.
What did you? Well, okay, yes, 28 damage. Sounds good. He is not dead.
Is he? Now,
Oh.
I say to him, you are a foul use for a wizard, and ye shall die under my hammer. Now, by doing that, that is a battle maneuver that I used to distract him, even though he's prone already. No matter what, anyone who attacks the wizard on their next turn will have advantage, because I have distracted him by taunting. I will use my action search to attack him a second time.
All right.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, the wizard does,
What?
to see if he's still prone. Every time he's attacked, he gets to make it.
Oh, every time he's attacked. So let's do that real quick.
Yes.
Very good.
He has. I didn't add. It's +3 to it, so it's 16.
So he succeeds, and he's no longer under
All
the
right.
spell.
So, Skargoth, as you raise up for your extra attack, he starts climbing up from his feet to his feet, and he's laughing. You don't know the power of the Azarumme Empire. You don't understand. He holds a whisper skull up to you. Can't you hear its call?
I can.
And I snarl.
All right, now you can take your swing with advantage.
Okay, with advantage then I go with 17 and 7. So 17 plus 6.
That hits.
He will make his second attack, but he is snarling his lip. He's totally whatever that wizard said just now is totally not felt. It didn't feel good. He's scared. That's going to be 12 damage.
How do you want to do this?
So as he says these nasty things to Scarlet, his lip snarls, and he and he pulls back just a tiny bit. But then he takes his shield and presses him against the ground, and he says, I cannot allow you to live any further, wizard. Whatever you may have been in a past life, it is no more. This is an act of mercy. May Moradin show you a path to the next life. Bam! I drew my hand down and splat his head.
The Whisper Skull rolls out of his hands.
The wizard is dead!
Meanwhile, he says that, but these skeletons and gashes are still attacking you guys.
Okay. That's the end of my turn. I have nothing left.
Yeah, you better have nothing left. God damn it!
I expended all my shit. That was my action surge and everything. I can read that one.
You saved it for the right time. Good call. Good play, man. I love it. You're up, Robin Goodfellow. I believe the skeleton that was around you is dead, so there's a gash that is trying to make his way to you. He's not on you because you moved back 25 feet.
I thought there was one on me that attacked me. That
No,
one should
it was
still
just,
be on me, right?
we ended up. I retroactively made it the skeleton that went towards you. He died from the damage from Chris's vines.
Spikes.
Okay then.
So you are all alone
well,
right now.
in that case, I'm going to cast Magic Missile, and I'm going to attack the thing nearest me, whatever it.
All right.
And it takes 4 damage.
Okay. Now, remind me why Magic Missile's awesome.
It just
It
always hits.
automatically.
All right.
It hits automatically. You don't have to roll for nothing. Hits will.
And it hits again, so it's 9 damage total so far. Is
Okay.
it still alive?
Same. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they have a magic shield. That
They have no magic shield.
Shit.
I was like 4 damage. That wasn't impressive, but okay, keep going.
Keeps on going. Now you're
And 5 more.
plus 1, right? You're on 4 plus 1, right? Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's a total of
Boom, boom, boom.
14 damage.
He is bloodied. As bloodied as you can make a gash. It is now. Well, the father doesn't get to go. It is now the skeleton's turns. We still have 2 skeletons. One skeleton is on you, Chris.
Yep.
So he's going to go ahead and make attack at you. Wow, look, that's pretty high. So that's going to be 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Put the plus in there this time. So you're going to take 8 points piercing damage.
Okay. I don't think I burned my reaction yet this round, right?
Nope.
No. So I'll use my reaction. Skeleton gotta make Constitution save. Or take the 1d4 damage.
It's got to be a small D.
Small D.
Oh.
So
I had
you
a
said
nickel.
Constitution, so it's 9.
9, okay. That's got a DC 14, so that fails. And it's gonna take 3 damage.
How do you want that to look, man? Your reaction killed a skeleton.
Yeah, similar to the last one. Sort of as it strikes me with its weapons, I sort of just breathe out a mist of spores into its skeletal face, and it sort of rots away.
Yeah, I like imagine you put your fucking staff in the ground and this shit's just pulsating, this fucking energy and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Just pushing them away.
Bone.
Like you're
The bone.
you don't have a lot. You're not fighting back, but you're just defending. It's fucking crazy. And then your defense is the attack.
Yeah.
All right. So the other skeleton now is going to turn towards you, Chad. Skeleton gets to move 30 feet, so he should be able to get to you.
Oh yeah, I'm in there. I ran right into there.
Yeah.
Then.
And he's going to do a critical fail.
Woo!
So it's now your turn, Orlin Rotlake.
Okay. I'm going to sort of absorb through my staff and through the ground that mystical energy and start sprouting some extra mushrooms all over my body. I'm gonna wild shape to magically commune with my spores. I'm gonna gain some 16 temporary hit points, and I do extra poison damage, which these guys probably aren't going to be affected by on my hits.
Correct, they're immune to poison.
Yep, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action. Has anybody taken any damage?
Yeah, I have.
No.
Nobody?
I have, yeah.
How much have you taken?
Oh, half.
Half? Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Chad as a second level on Skargoth as a second level spell. So Chad, you can have 2d4 plus 4 hit points back.
Oh, sweet. Okay, thank you. TD4 coming up.
Motherfucking secret cleric.
Secret
Yeah, I
cleric.
expect him heal. I figured, that.
2d4 plus 4?
Yep.
Okay. It's going to be 7 hit points back.
So I'll grow just a little bit bigger, and sprouting with mushrooms. My spore will sort of reach over towards Chad and then infuse him with healing energy.
My
That's the end of my turn.
goodness. I feel invigorated, Mr. Brownlake. What was that trick you just did?
All right,
This
so
is-
there is one gash on you, Chris. So he's going to go ahead and
Yep.
attack.
Okay.
Looks like he rolled a 2, so I'm sure that's not going to hit.
Nope.
There's 2 gashes that are going to go ahead and converge on you, Skargoth. They see
Okay.
what you've done. So we have a 19 and a 6, so it's plus 3 on the attack. So I'm thinking one's going to hit, one's not.
One will hit.
All right.
One will hit. Evan. With assurance.
So you're going to take 12 points piercing damage from its bite. It's just going to try to grab into that flesh, that dwarven flesh. Since your barrier has been down, now the gash is going to scramble up to Robin Goodfellow. He's going to move his... Robin Goodfellow is about 25 feet away from him. He's going to move 30 feet and attack him with the claws.
Mr. Goodfella! No!
Critical fail.
Critical fail.
So Robin somehow he's rolling, duck. I heard he can duck and roll.
You can.
As Skargoth yells up,
Should've known better.
"No, Mr. Goodfella." He ducks and rolls.
And that will end their turn. It is now your turn, Skargoth. You got 2 gashes around you and a skeleton, so you're surrounded by 3 creatures.
Woo! Yeah, get it.
And you have the
All
Whisper
right.
Skull on the ground around you by the body of Father Bard.
Well, I attack with a dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Who are you attacking,
I
if you
guess-
could help me out?
How many are... Is a skull of gas?
There's 2 ghouls, 2 ghasts, and a skeleton.
I'll get the skeleton.
Alright, sounds good.
Boom! And the 9 damage.
Slashing damage?
Skeleton. That's a bludgeoning.
Okay. Well, then how you want that to be done?
Well, he just fucking fry you. Oh, you gun! And dwarven means I'm gonna you up. And he comes up through the crotch and down the through the spine and rib cage and head, and does a uppercut and just sends it fucking bones flying everywhere.
It hits the walls. The green flame,
Green flag!
it just illuminates the bones as it shatters all over the place.
And I land on my feet and I look at the other 2 fools looking at me, or gas, whatever they are.
They're gash.
I go, come and get some.
If I learned anything from this adventure, there is a big difference between gash and ghouls, and they do not like being called either or. They are separate entities.
I call them a racial slur in Jerusalem, which is fucking detrimental to
What
them.
do you say? Yeah, what do you say? You say, you're alive. You're totally alive. All right, Mr. Robin Goodfellow, you're up. Unless you have anything else, Skargoth.
Okay, about how far away would you say that Skargoth is from me?
Skargoth is probably about 35 feet away, I would say.
Okay. And I am currently engaged with a ghast, aren't I?
Yes, you are. He came up on
Okay,
you.
well then,
he is. He's not
Okay.
quite bloodied, but he's wounded.
Well, then I roll to hit it, and that is a 9 to hit.
9 will not hit.
I'm going to spend my inspiration.
All right.
Excellent shot, Mr. Goodfellow!
Okay, you'll take the 16. Go.
Okay, so 16 is a hit. Well, then I am going to roll damage.
All right, so 8 damage. Okay. At this.
Is it still going?
Yes. At this point,
Okay.
it looks like with my calculator here, he is now bloodied. Okay.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm going to disengage as a bonus action and move towards Skargoth.
All right. Sounds good.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Orlean Rotlake, you have one gash who's bloodied, who's still kind of reaching at you, kind of like zombie-like, you know, Night of the Living Dead, trying to reach through whatever shielding you've put up, trying to get at you.
Yes. I'm gonna use my reaction on him because he starts my turn within 10 feet of me, right?
Yep. He's right on
This
you.
time
Yep.
he's gonna take 2d. He's gotta do that same Constitution
All right.
save. The DC 14.
Shit,
got it.
yeah.
Yep. All right. Go ahead.
I rolled a 14. Constitution tech, he has no plus on it. It's just a flat 14.
Yeah, he's got it. So I'm just going to flat at him. Let's raise it above my head.
I'm sorry, I was getting theater of the mind. I was like, he's kind of getting in the mood, the music's going, you can't hear it, but he's attacking you and shit.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's way better than that, Chad.
It's a
Yeah, no.
it's a 19 to hit.
19
so,
will hit.
Yeah, he's moving towards me, and I smash him with. Okay, and that's a D8 plus 4 damage. That's 9.
He has
damage.
5 hit points. How's it look?
Okay. So yeah, I smash his head off of his shoulders, and then I pick it up off the ground and try and rope it by the hair around the belt.
Put him in a body bag, Mr. Rutley.
Oh yes, no, these things may come in handy later. You never. Well, perhaps that head rope around your feet would be useful. Maybe it's that inexpensive jewel.
I imagine that it is. But let's kill these other motherfuckers before we go poking around to that.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
So the 2 gashes around you, Skargoth, are going to attack. We rolled a 7 and a 6, so it's plus 3 on each of those. So we're looking at a 10 and... 10 and a 9. I don't think either are going to hit.
That means, Ho, you didn't make the connection.
And, Robin, you were moving away. How many feet did you move away from the gash?
25. He can still
Yep,
keep.
so
He can keep up with.
he's going to come at you, get up on you. He's going to do a claw attack. He's rolling 6 plus 5 is 11.
That does not hit.
All right, so he comes at you, but you're just moving fast enough that he's just swiping at air. Just swiping at air, old school Universal Monster style. Whoa! Yeah, and it's your turn, Skargoth. You're surrounded by 2 gashed. And just for the record, I'm not using any flanking rules during Theater of the Mind bullshit, okay?
Okay, yeah, that's a good.
It's
idea.
tough.
So please make a athletics check
Okay.
to contest 19.
Skargoth looks at the two creatures, and one of them looks perfect, pristine. The other looks very bloodied, okay? Which one would he want to take the athletics check?
One.
Okay.
Let's take the athletics check.
So we rolled a 16 plus dexterity, so that's going to be a 19.
Mine was 19. That's a tie.
Okay.
So, what happens when we get a tie?
Trent?
Does that mean you pass?
I think it always goes to the dwarf.
Yeah, go see the attack.
All right, goes to you then. Let's go. You got it.
Okay.
You guys lock into battle.
I shove him down to the ground. And I bring my hammer down for an attack. God.
Slow-mo, fucking Dark Wolf style. You bring the axe around, you know?
Yeah, what's 8 plus 6? That's
14.
14 hits.
14. Oh, okay. Thank God. So I bring the hammer down for a whopping 8 damage.
All right, 8 damage. You did that with advantage?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm out of tricks. I got 8 damage on that one. Damn.
All right, no problem. You got anything else?
That's it.
I guess that's where you said you were out of tricks. It's your turn, Robin. You're getting away from the one gash that's swiping away at you, Wolfman style.
All right. Well, then, since this one is right on me, I am going to roll to hit it with my rapier. Since I
You kind of turn around with your rapier and just.
And yeah, that's 19
That's a hit.
already.
Kind of poke right at him. Boop, boop, boop.
Sorry, I'm checking to see what I roll. It is a total of a whopping 5 damage.
All right.
Excellent shot, Mr. Goodfellow.
And is it still up?
It's still up. I mean, it all.
Then okay, so I'm gonna disengage from it as a bonus action.
Yes.
I'm gonna run the rest of the distance up to Skargoth.
Yeah, you're up to Skargoth.
And I am going. And
I'm gonna say you moved around the way that the gashes weren't. They were off to the other side. You kind of went around to his back. You know.
Okay. Okay. Can I, as a bonus action, not a bonus action, a free action, pick up the skull?
Yes.
Then I would like to do so.
So you pick up.
And that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. We'll go over what happens with the skull when you grab it. But you could sense when you have the skull, all the gashes turn to you. Like they almost turn away from Skargoth, like they look at you. And it is now your turn, Orlean.
Oh, okay.
You are free. There's no one around you. There's 2 gashes attacking Skargoth and one that was kind of running up towards them.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just going to kind of stand there and gesture my arm toward the bloodier one that was on Skargoth, and I'm going to cast Chill Touch cantrip on him. So ranged spell attack. So a spectral hand will sort of float towards him. That's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
And then that hand will grab him around the throat and do 1 necrotic damage. And then they have disadvantage because they're dead.
It only
Till
does
the end
1
of my
necrotic
next turn.
damage. That's it.
Yep, just 1. Yep. That's what the dice roll.
Yep. All right. So has disadvantage on his next turn.
Next turn.
Okay.
Attack. And then I'm going to use the bonus. Actually, mastery cantrip. Never mind. Sorry. Oh no, that was a cantrip. I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast on
What are you casting?
gain 1d healing word,
Okay.
and I'll gain 7.
All right.
And now. Okay, that's it.
So now this third gash has gotten up to you, Skargoth, because kind of Robin's behind you, and all three are going to
Okay.
attack you, Skargoth.
Okay.
So we have a 2, a 20, and an 8. So plus 3, I think you're going to only get hit by
One
the
hit.
natural 20.
One hit.
Yeah. You're going to take 16 points piercing damage from the one that that was running after Robin Goodfellow. He's so angry that he couldn't get Robin Goodfellow that he just really chomped right into you. Really good. Really, really good.
Skargoth takes defensive position to protect Mr. Goodfellow, but he goes down.
He goes down.
Yeah.
All right.
Ouch.
Skargoth. He holds his shield up, but he drops to his knees. It is now your turn, Skargoth.
Good.
That's saving.
All right. So Robin Goodfellow, it's your turn. You're right behind Skargoth. He
I think
went
I'm
down
muted, I'm not
protecting
sure.
you. You still have healing potions in your hand.
I don't.
I thought
You said you can hear me?
everyone took a
I had
healing
one,
potion.
I
Oh
thought.
yes, you gave it to the girl.
Okay. So I'm holding this skull in my hand, right?
Yes.
And when I picked it up, those things seemed
So
to not
happy
pay
you
attention to
gave
me
our-
anymore.
No, they
How does it
they
feel?
paid extra attention to you.
Oh, okay. So, this skull, is it doing anything now that I'm holding
What do you
it?
want to do with it?
Do I feel anything coming from
There's
it?
a dark power that's coursing through it, an evil power.
Okay, then I'm gonna turn. God, and I don't even.
What do you
So-
what do you think? What do you say?
I'm gonna walk you through what Robin is
All right.
thinking in this moment. So, Robin was paying attention to what the sorcerer was saying when he was holding the skull about its power and everything. And he's noticed the correlation between the green glow in the skull and the green glow on the ghasts and ghouls. So he's going to turn to the ghasts, thinking that maybe this is the thing that controls them, and just say, "Stop!"
And the gash put their hands down and they stop under his command.
Okay. Well then, that is the end of my turn.
You have control of the gash.
Okay.
Orlean,
Well then.
it's your turn then. Orlean, you saw Robin yell out, "Stop!" And the ghouls just dropped their hands to their sides like they were puppets. And you were like, "Holy shit!" You know the way is clear for you. So, Orlean,
Yes.
you saw Robin Goodfellow use the Whisper Skull to command the gashes to stop attacking, and they dropped their hands to their sides in obedience
Yes.
to him.
Okay.
The way is clear for you. You see Skargoth. He is dropped to a knee, and you can see his eyes are closing, but he's still fighting the true death. What do you do?
He's still fighting what?
The true death.
Oh, okay. The true death.
Yeah, he went down.
Okay, so I'll walk up to Skargoth and I'll kind of kneel down at him, and I'll put hands on him and cure wounds 1d8 plus 4.
Do you want me to
Sort
roll
of
it?
like a green orange cloud of spore kind of exhale into his face, and they'll revitalize him.
All right, that's 11 hits. Back to me.
Skargoth feels life come back into his veins.
Say, oh, this artifact that you've held in your hand, fellow, it seems to have power over these creatures. This is most interesting.
Yes, it is.
Do you intend to add it to your collection?
I intend to kill these ghasts.
Yes, you should use that to destroy them if you can.
And the gas just look at you wide-eyed with the green in their eyes, and they're just standing there.
Yeah, I would like to kill them if I can with my rapier.
You most certainly can, and they will not.
Okay,
They will
well,
not fight back. So, I will just say,
then I'll
walk
do
me
it.
through how you want it to look, and be a hero about it.
I just want to punish them for killing my bodyguard. I would like to.
I just got killed. Jeez.
Almost killing my bodyguard. I thought he.
Wait, he went down protecting you. Wait a second.
I would just like to go one by one, go to them and just very coldly just drive my rapier into their hearts. I suppose they have hearts. Sure.
Whatever's left.
But yeah, whatever's left.
Mr. Goodfellow, you have saved my life. Even though
It's nothing. I've done it 3 times today now.
You're the greatest warrior I have ever experienced in my life.
I know.
Whole life. In my 75 years.
Well, what should we do with this thing? I say about the gesturing to the skull.
Perhaps we should replace it on that altar. Perhaps we should bring it with us for further research. I should... Secret.
Well, you probably know what to do with it more than I do, and I'm just going to toss it to you.
Okay.
Do you mind if we all just rest here for a moment and let me catch my breath?
I need to ask how Trenton knew the music was going to get creepy when he tells Skull. Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, that was awesome when I heard that music.
I should like to place it. Perhaps these magics will end.
Before we go summoning up the demons, can I handle any more fighting? Unless we rest for at least an hour. Give me a moment.
Well, you feel with the Whisper Skull in your hands, Orlin, that it's evil. It's necromantic in nature. But you also feel like you have power over, like, you remember you're hearing the whispers? You feel almost like you have control over those whispers in your head now.
Okay. I still want to replace it in the altar.
So you want to take it back to the altar?
Yeah. Can I understand what the whispers are saying? Are they saying anything?
They're an ancient language that you cannot decipher.
I can't decipher.
But you've deduced enough from these caverns that this is an ancient society of necromantic-like people who believed in worshipping death and using death as an army, and it's all evil. So it depends on what your character believes in and what his goals are.
Yeah, I'm going to smash this around.
All right.
I don't believe that this should fall into anyone else's hands.
So how do you do this?
I'm just gonna raise it up overhead, and Rob Gronkowski's spiking on the ground.
And the skull shatters in hundreds of pieces, and the gem in the middle stays. It stays full, and you see it kind of flip around, kind of like a quarter that you spin, and it finally comes to a stop, and it lays on itself, and it shimmers, and you can kind of, with your magical background, you can sense the power dissipating from it, and it becomes mundane, and it's worth 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
See, I was just going to sell it.
Skargoth picks it up and he says, that would make an excellent centerpiece for a helmet. Give me 2 seconds.
It would.
And then it's yours for the having. Yes, I'm glad that you handed that skull over to me. I don't think that it care of any. Did you hear the voices in your head?
Not really.
Oh,
No more than usual.
Yes, they were whispering something that just seemed too disturbing to belong in our plane of existence. I thought it better to shut up to unlife.
You almost
There are other ways that unlife can be useful, not this way.
you feel the evil is dissipating. Its power came from the Whisper Skull. And you wonder to yourself, was this the only Whisper Skull? Was this the only crypt? Is there others? What was this society that once was all necromancers, and what happened to it? What killed it off? But those are questions you can't answer.
Huzzah!
Yeah, it's awesome.
Take that, coronavirus.
We did it.
We did it in our underwear.
You guys are wearing underwear?
Take inspiration.